Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Welcome, welcome. Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Today is Sunday, March 20th, 2022, and we are going live on the Mr. SnaggaPuss podcast, Ain't Shit podcast show. And we are live on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram wouldn't let us in. So, how y'all doing today? We want to start off by I want to introduce my guest to the show, Mr. Fact Check. This is my man. He's always gonna bag up everything we say with facts, not fiction. You know what I'm saying?
What up, dog?
One of my brothers.
What up, dog?
Introduce yourself. How you doing today?
Today? We actually in agreement.
We in agreement. Well, you
we in
already know.
agreement
Before
today.
the end of the show, we're gonna disagree on something. That's what we do. We live to disagree and agree. But if you ever had a platform where black men can come together and hold a decent conversation and agree and disagree at the same time, then we might be moving on to something in life, man. Trying to unite some black brothers to come together, man.
For sure.
Man, today's topic is Negroes. Negroes. Do anybody know what a Negro is? And I ain't talking about the river that runs in Nigeria or in Africa. You know, they got a river named Negroes in Africa somewhere? You heard of that river?
Is not
The Negroes river. I read it in the Bible. They said it got a Negroes river. So I ain't talking about the Negro River in Africa, the people that's from the Negro River area in Africa. I'm talking about the Negroes of America. You know, that's supposed to be. You know what I'm talking about? Some people think it's talking about people from Africa, from the Negro River. Ain't that the way you call it? The Negro River.
I didn't know. I know the Niger River. I don't know about the Negro River.
Niger.
That's the one I do. Yeah, Niger.
Oh, you said Niger.
Niger. One G.
Oh, okay. It don't have the other gut in it, so it's just Niger.
ER, bro. Not anyway. It's cool. It's cool. Niger.
Well, you know, I'm from Mississippi. Most words with ER sound with an A. We sound them off with an A because that's our broken language. And a lot of people that know where I'm from and can, you know, they can relate to my dialect. You know, in California, they call that country talking. You country, you talk. The girls in Cali love it. They be like, talk Mississippi. We want to hear you talk.
I ain't from Mississippi per se, but hell, they hear me talking though for sure. I'm not from Cali, so but it is what it is, man. What's this topic you got, man? The Negroes of America. What you think?
All right, man. I'm trying to get all my cameras. My cameras lined up. You know, it be messed up. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 4 phones. I just got a new one. The other day. And I just got a new one. Right, this is 2022 stuff right here. But I messed around and found out by the little youngsters at the barbershop that this is a flip phone. They was like, they clown me. I pulled it out on some youngsters. I was like, man, y'all want to see my new phone? I pulled it up. They went, oh man, oh gee, you got a flip phone? I was like, oh hell no. I thought this was better than the iPhone 13. I really thought this was better than the iPhone 13, man. But they clown me when I pulled this shit out. I done already called back the Spectrum and said I want a refund. I want my money back. Y'all can have this shit. I'm sending this shit right back to y'all Monday.
Hey, Snag, before we move on, man, we got some people in the chat getting at us, man. What's up, Mutt? Mr. Meglu.
Hey, Mr. Mutt. Mr.
East Coast Chris in the building.
Mr. None Who, Hi None Who, and we got G Quest in the building.
All right, man. Let's go. Let's get it in.
Hey,
Let them know
beautiful
what's on my
Amber.
mind.
Oh, we got Mr. Who's that? Mr. Maluglu. Maluglu. Mr. Maluglu.
Maglu.
Maglu. Maglu.
Maglu.
Well, y'all know I got a 4th grade education. I know how to pronounce my words out. Since I got a Southern accent and a California accent, sometimes the words don't come out properly. But
Chris East
hey,
Coast
thank y'all
just
for
said, why
coming
does it
in.
always got to be about blacks?
Why it's about the blacks? It's about me. It's about us. It's about our people. You know, some of us ain't from this world. Some of us is not from America. Some of us are from this world at all. Like some of y'all come from Venus. Some of y'all come from Mars.
Yeah,
You know what
somebody
I
come
mean?
from Miss G, huh?
Yeah, Miss G. But you know, they say that the original human, the original man is the black man, the brown man, the Negro. They say the Negro. That's what supposedly is supposed to be the original man of Earth is the Negro. So we're gonna talk about the subject is Negroes. And I want to know what really happened to the Negroes of America. Because I'm a Negro and I know I'm a 100% fully blooded Negro because my mother's a Negro, my father was a Negro, my grandmother was a Negro, her parents, all of my descendants and all my family was Negro. So, and on my birth certificate, I got Negro, race Negro on my birth certificate. So I can identify myself of one of the dying descendants of the Negro race because for some odd reason, we forgot about these people. These people done disappeared like the midgets, like they don't exist no more because they're not African American, because Negroes are not African Americans. That, African Americans mean you from Africa of descent and you are American, and that means you're classified as a citizen of America. And there is no such thing as an African American citizen in America. There
Wait
isn't.
a minute. Wait a minute.
I don't know. I don't
Hold
know.
on.
I was born from America, and I'm not American. I'm not American. I'm not American. I was born in America, but I'm actually not American. In the Constitution, my race of people, the Negroes, are less than dogs.
But wait a minute. I get that. But if you are,
We're not even capable enough to make decisions for ourselves. So they
but
put
if
us at the
wait a minute,
bottom of the minority group.
if you are born on American soil, you are American. Now, let
No,
me
you're
think
not.
about that. I don't like that. Wait a minute. I don't like that classification of black or we're gonna just say white. If you're American, you're American. We don't hear no other country. I mean, Canada's right across the street from where I used to live. They all were
But you
Canadian.
can't say that.
We're black
You think about it
Canadian.
like this. Look,
Hold on, wait a
hear me
minute. I
out,
can't say
Factor.
that. I can't say that. Wait,
This
give
is a
me.
fact.
I let you speak, and you still got to cut me off already. We just getting
No,
started.
I'm not trying to cut you off. This is a fact. And this is what I say. If your parents are Irish and both of your parents are Irish and they came over here from Ireland and had you in America, that don't mean you're an American. You're an Irish American, but you're not an American, right?
Listen, no.
Or your parents are
If you are
American.
born, if you are born on, hold on. We have a lot of the Latino persuasion that have came over here and had kids because they knew if the kid was born on American soil, that kid was American. Therefore, they had a better chance of staying over here legally. Now, did it always work out? No, it didn't. But that child is still labeled as an American. Whether they was conceived in America or not, they were still born on American soil. So therefore, I'm American. Now I don't like the title of Black American, but I am a black man. Because when we got to sign the paperwork when they ask for the ethnicity, I can't talk right because these dang braces I ain't got used to them yet. But we got to check. It says a black African
Hold on one
American.
second. Hold on one second. You got a lot of static in your mic.
Still.
Yeah, it's like some static in your mic.
Oh, hold on. Let me try something right quick. Is that better?
Yeah, perfect. You good. You good. You real
All right,
good.
bet. Something else was picking it up. All right. But no, as I was saying, if you're born on American soil, you are American. I don't like the fact that us as black people, though I am black, I am an American. I'm just an American with melanin in my skin. We have to check out on that any document, whether it's the application, they ask what our ethnicity is, and it says black/African American. But if I check African American, that's still almost saying that I can be booted out of America because I'm checking in as African American. You see what I'm saying? At least that's my opinion.
Exactly. And that's where, I mean, in so many rights, if you was to commit a crime or atrocities against the United States, if they wanted to deport you, they can send you back to Africa because
Right.
you claiming to be African descent. But most of the people in America aren't African Americans. A lot of these
And like
people
it,
are indigenous Negroes. And who's to say we're going to talk about the origin of the Negro? We believe that the Negro
well,
was already here
well,
because
well,
my descendants come from the Choctaw Indian Nation. My great grandmother was a full-blooded Choctaw Indian woman. So,
okay. Now
and
that's a
when you go
totally
back,
now
when you go back,
that that
when you
that
go back
that
through
dynamic
generations in
though,
my family,
but that dynamic though, SnaggaPuss is actually different because when you get to the Indian, and then well, you know what that word is, indigenous people,
indigenous
the
race.
Indian. I don't right because I'm tongue twisted right now. That's different because this land belonged to them first, and it was taken. So when you look at them, this was taken from them. We
So
were
stop,
stolen and
please, right
brought
there,
here.
right there. From that point, if I told you that I was an indigenous Negro and we was already here first, who was the land really taken from?
Listen, but
Because
when you can't,
because
can you
if the
can you say
indigenous, listen
can you
here,
say
if
can you put
the
them to?
indigenous Negro is black, dark skinned Negro,
Wait a
then
minute, hey Chris, I'm
the
with you
how do you
too.
say this?
But wait a
The
minute.
the 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 ones that the government claimed to be Indians today are the race. Is the race mixed with the Caucasian? Just
Wait a
like
minute. Hold
as
on.
you
Wait a
see,
minute. Hold on.
just
No.
as if
Wait a
you
minute.
see,
Wait a minute. I
yes,
disagree. I
yes,
disagree. Hold on.
yes, yes, yes.
Listen. Hear me out.
Yeah.
Hear me out.
What do you
I
think? What do you
disagree.
think the white come in at? What do you think the pale skinned Indian come from? That was the race, the race that submitted, the race that they allowed to live.
But
The
here's the thing.
all
Though. Wait a
see
minute.
they don't never
SnaggaPuss.
tell y'all the story of the
I'm getting
real
off
Choctaw
topic.
War, how the South was won. They killed every man from the Choctaw Nation. They was
I just
warriors to death.
listen.
They
SnaggaPuss. But
weren't
listen.
submitting to
You
shit.
listen. You listen. You didn't hear what I
So they
said.
wiped out our
I
whole history
SnaggaPuss. You didn't
of
listen to what I
existence
said. You didn't listen to what
and
I
gave it
said.
to a whole new group that was mixed with their blood. And they agreed to their treaty. That's why only their kind can be accepted into their nationality because they're not the original people. The original people was bound into slavery with the rest of the Africans. They was tortured, they was captured. And this is the South. I come from the real. See, they don't tell y'all about the real imports of African slaves. They just talk about Jamestown. They just talk about these major imports. But the real imports was down in New Orleans, down by the bayous, in between into the Mexico, into Gulf Mexico fucking region. They came in from the bottom. Mexicans used to buy slaves. That was the biggest southern trade. They didn't go to Jamestown and buy their goddamn slaves. They went right to New Orleans, down in the bayou, to the swamps. All the southern slaves came from the swamps. They didn't come from Jamestown. They want you to think that that's where the history started at. This shit started in Mississippi, from fucking Louisiana all the way back to Florida. They had to conquer that first before them. They only talk about established states. They never told you how they fucking established them. And they tricked all the Indians, us, the black indigenous black men, the Negroes, with a piece of corn. We the dumbest niggas to this world that's still being tricked by a piece of corn to this day. Every black man in America thinks that a piece of corn is a healthy vegetable. But a piece of corn is the first scientific the first piece of scientific genetic food that they ever produced. And they tricked you with the yellow kernels. They throw it in fire and it pop. And then you can boil it and you can still eat it. But the shit ain't real. It ain't nothing but water. Nothing. The whole plant ain't nothing but H2O. Just like a piece of broccoli. Just like your carrots. You know, they say carrots is good for the eyes, but carrots is only water. Potatoes. But in America, we think sweet potatoes is real potatoes. But a real potato, an African potato like this big, one potato will feed a family for a whole week. They ain't gonna let nothing like that produce in America where you can take one potato and feed your fucking family for a week. That's a real sweet potato. It's an African sweet potato. Them motherfuckers come out the ground this goddamn big. They came over here and GMO modified that motherfucker where to come out to produce this small with no seeds, and then you can't even feed your fucking family again. But this is the type of shit that, man, that's been robbed and stole from us for years, man. In America, our history, our self-existence, who we are as people, we self-divided because we don't know. And then when a brother try to open up niggas' minds and try to tell them, man, this is the truth. Where you get it from, Snag? God gave it to me because I had to live in the experience to understand what the fuck was going on around me, man. And if you ain't never lived in that experience before, if you ain't never been persecuted, if you ain't never been the fucking inside in the middle of their courts, and the case is all about you, then you don't understand where I get these thoughts from and where God blesses me with, you know, ideas and, you know, solutions to help black people, you know, solve their own problems. We got to solve our own problems first before we can worry about somebody else's. But with this news and all these distractions with the television, you got all these black people. The ones that really can make a change is all in it for themselves and the ones that they truly love. If you don't benefit them, if you don't have a following, if you ain't got shit going for yourself, they ain't fucking with you. But ain't then one of these black millionaires done bought a piece of land and said, okay, I'm about 50 acres of land and give it to my people and say, man, y'all can come over here, build your own house. You can take a nice little portion, do whatever the fuck, build tents, bring your family over here. Let's build our own community. Why?
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? Did you just realize what I just did?
Let me hear me. What you do?
I just sat here and was writing down stuff that you were saying. My damn ink pen stopped writing.
Yeah, because this conversation.
Hold on, it ain't got. It has nothing to do. It has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with this conversation. It's so much of you done took it and went somewhere else that we weren't even at.
Where we going?
And I don't know now. Because you talk about Jamestown, you talk about corn, you talk about Indian and white people making black babies. You talked about broccoli, you talked about carrots, you talked about sweet potatoes, you talk about food to feed the whole family for a week. You talked about GMO modified, you talk about we self-divided. You said God gave you all this. Hold on, listen. My Bible tells me better than hold on.
This is what I love about you, bro.
I sat up here and stayed quiet the whole time you talked. I sat up here, I ain't say a word. You got to let me get this one out. Then you set up here and say God gave you all this, but my Bible says my God is not the author of confusion. This is confusion. And there's still more left.
Well, let me break it down to you.
Talking about, Snag, you lost me. Hear me out.
No, I don't want to lose you. I want to keep you on the right track.
But you
can have a good understanding. Let me show you what. This is the way God works. Let me show you how God manifests. Let me show you how God manifests the note that you just took.
Listen, I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem listening to you. But sometimes, bro, you gotta listen to me. Sometimes you gotta listen because you can't. I mean, I'm not even saying that you're wrong. I won't even make that statement. But what I can say is you can't be one-sided.
I'm not.
And a lot of issues, hold on, a lot of these issues you are. How can you
No, I'm
listen? You
not.
don't even let nobody listen. You don't even let nobody else speak, bro. You won't not a whole narrative have changed. You don't want to let nobody else say a word. You not when you was on to something that I was going to ask you a question to elaborate on, and next thing I know, you went down the line on something totally different.
But let me tell you why. Let me explain this whole
Oh my
situation in the
goodness.
beginning of this intro. Let me tell you why. And I'm glad you did what you did. So I'm gonna show you how this all makes sense and how it's all gonna be magic at the end. You hear me? Now check this out. Now the notes that you just took on some of the information that I was spitting out there, I didn't tell you that I was gonna put that out there, but I like because you listen and you observe, you write notes. So
That ain't
the
why I did it
information that
though.
I
To be honest, I did it to
no.
prove a
This
point.
is I'm gonna show you where you're good at. The information, the notes that you done already took on it on what I said. That isn't for this show. I already told you the topic, and I told you a couple of questions where we're gonna run it at. But what you done said so far, you have to go back and do your reference on that information. So when we come to the next show, you can tell me how accurate I was on that information that I put out there. You hear me?
I hear you, Chris
I
Dean.
ain't gonna give you too much more, so you ain't gotta do too much homework this week.
It's not even
But
no, it ain't even that. Listen, bro. I live for research. I do that for a living. So that don't bother me. But I'm
okay,
just saying we gotta stick to where we was. You was talking about one thing and then you just flipped the script. So I said, okay, fine. I ain't even gonna say nothing. And you just talked for a whole 22 minutes by yourself with
we've
my
been on
mouth
for
closed.
22 minutes already.
Man, we've been on for almost 30. I've been reading the comments. And you ain't got me much longer. My wife in there cooking.
All right,
So but
but that
we
just
said we
goes
was
to
doing
show
45 minutes
how
and we
time
ain't even
fly
got
when
to
you
the
having
topic.
fun.
Let's hold on. Okay, this is what I need you to do. Let's get to the question that made me want to do the show with you today. Let's do that flat out.
All right,
Who
all right.
deserve reparations?
That's the conversation. But in order for we can get to that conversation, first, as a group of people, we must identify ourselves. And everybody know who rightfully deserves reparations, and that's the Negro race. It ain't everybody who's black in America supposed to get reparations. You know what I mean? A lot of black people that came from other, regions of, the world, like you say, just because they've been here for long periods of time, they might experience and seen some of the atrocities and stuff that we done experience. They might have experienced a little racism with the police or some of American citizens, but they're not, how do you say, they're not owed anything by our government. Our government owes the families who been destroyed already in America, who's from America. And first, before, like you said, before we can get to that point or even talk about the group of people who's owed to, first we got to get enough of those group of people in a basket enough to represent each other. You know what I'm saying? First, we got to be able to identify ourselves. And the only way we can identify ourselves is to get a bunch of people on in one basket saying, I am a Negro of America. I'm not black. I'm not a brown man. I'm a Negro of America. So once we get our identity straightened out, then we can go to the government and demand what's rightfully ours. You know what I'm saying? But we got to identify ourselves, and then we got to put the category of ourselves in category, because there is a reason why they have other at the bottom of ethnicities. You know what I'm saying? Because in every race there is a other mixed with a other. So in clear identification form, people need to start identifying themselves clearly on who they are and what they are. You know what I'm saying? And there is no such thing as an African American. There is not.
Hold on,
That is a
that
word that was
literally
made up and slid in our
this
vocabulary in the late 80s, 1989, 1990. Then they started addressing us as African Americans. We are
listen.
Negroes.
Wait
And
a minute, wait a minute. Hold
until they
on,
bring that
Snagger.
word back, until they bring that word back into our media, into our social media, But if we start calling each other Negroes, it's going to be some Negroes jump on social media and say, that word is offensive. Why are you identifying our race as Negroes? We're not talking about you. You're not a Negro. So we trying to identify the ones who really is the Negroes of America, so we can go to our government and demand what's rightfully ours. You know what I'm saying? And we'll come back and compensate you other niggas. The other niggas
you don't
deserve shit, but we gonna still give y'all
you done changed the Snag, you done changed the subject. Cause like
no,
here, Rimfire was yes.
No, I'm just talking about Negroes.
Go ahead. Talk. I ain't gonna write down no more.
So let me ask you a
I gotta
question,
check out
Wayne.
all the ink and all
Do
my
you
pages.
identify yourself as a Negro of America, or you consider yourself as an African American?
I consider myself as American. I'm just a black man, but I'm an American.
You ain't no such thing as black. Ain't no such color.
Listen,
the color black don't exist.
Listen,
so
I
mean,
hold on.
you agree that
now, wait a minute. Hold on. Now, listen. You got to explain yourself, because I think I know where you're going with that, because the color black is not technically a color. It's the absence of color.
No, it isn't.
I understand that. Oh my God, dog. You can't. You gonna make me agree with you and then disagree with you in the same sentence?
No,
you're the only person I know that does that.
I understand that. Listen, but you just identified yourself as a black man, so you don't even know how to properly identify yourself as a human being.
I said, you asked me. I said I am American. I just happen to be a black American. Thank you, Rimfire. I see you. That's all I'm saying. See, everybody now.
So you call yourself
in certain instances, SnaggaPuss. Can I talk? Man, I just set up twice, and
go ahead.
Just let you just go for what you know.
No, go for what you go.
Now, man, you done threw me off my train of dang on thought, because you just got to keep on keeping on. Man, it makes no dang on sense. You see, because I'm trying to hold myself to some type of decorum. But no, I do see myself as an American. I do see myself as American. I just happen to be, quote unquote, a black American. Now, I do, but if you ask me on the street, what am I? I am a black man. Now, if you ask me, am I American? Then I'm gonna tell you, yes, I am American. But am I African American? By no means, because I was born on American soil. So was my mama. So was my grandmama now. So I mean, so was my grandfather. So was his mama. But her mama.
So can I ask you a question? Have you ever met a Negro? Have you ever met a real Negro in your youth that identified himself as an Afro Negro of America?
That's what I'm saying. Hold on, Snag. That's what I'm saying, brotherhood. But hold on. What you mean? Do I know? Now, if you talking about them pro-black people, like that dude
no, bro.
black y'all, put the black y'all,
I'm asking you a question. When you was a kid,
everybody knows somebody.
When you was a kid, have a black man ever walked up to you, looked in you in your eyes, and said, "Young brother, you are an Afro Negro"? If somebody asks you your identity, what are you? I am an Afro Negro of America.
Hasn't that been done to everybody?
No, I'm asking you, but
hold on, just because I don't hold on to the same mindset that he does, bro. That's the only difference. I know, because all this to me, real spit, all this causes division. Period. Now we want to sit up here. We sit up here and want to sit on a platform and just be black, and hate whitey because we black. But then when we go pull out that go to that job and go for that job interview, we got our white voice on. And we be at work all the day. Hold on, wait a minute. No, SnaggaPuss. come on, give me this.
Go ahead, bro. Get it out. Free yourself, brother. Free yourself. I got something to say.
Everybody wants to. You can't just sit up here. That's the problem with not just America, but all other nationalities. Because everybody want to cause division. Shit, hell, we got our own black hand going up against each other. So they not black. They not Americans. They not black no more because they beefing with me. Or
no,
we got to change the stereotype.
I'm trying to cause unity.
Man, that's crazy.
I'm gonna tell you how, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I don't believe that you're supposed to have a job working for no man. I believe we have the resources, the intelligence to create our own. We can have our own grocery stores. We can have our own factory. We can have our own car factory. We can have our own pumping water system because we have the knowledge to do our own. But see, you don't believe in independence. You don't believe a black man can live off his own. He can live in this world in America off his own, off his self-sufficient knowledge.
But this is this is where this is the problem, and this is where me and you disagree at. You know why? Because at the end of the day, you will not have an all-white world and an all-black world. You will never have that.
No. I'm talking about an independent world. I'm talking about an independent nation of people, black Negroes of America that don't need America, but inside of America, we can take care of our own and we can conquer our own. We can make America come to us and make them motherfuckers buy from us. We don't need America. America need us. But if we get a bunch of us in one basket and step the fuck back out of America and live ourselves in America.
If your beef with America is that tough, then leave.
The first thing you think of is division.
If your beef is that tough, then leave. Canada is up this way. Mexico is this way. Cuba is back the other way. Oh no, Cuba is that way.
Brothers that identify themselves as the same to understand. And once our Negro brothers start to come together, then the rest of you niggas will get in line. Because we gonna make sense with our message, and we gonna lead by example. We gonna lead by example, so you ain't gotta fucking follow. Once you see the trail we start leading, you motherfuckers gonna get in suit. Because I'm looking for them type of brothers that believe in independence.
I'm not a nigga.
Not no motherfucking dependent. I don't try to be dependent on nobody. I don't feel like none of my people in America
fall for this niggas are fall for the rhetoric that you speaking.
And we can have a black man, shit. And I can show you something more bigger and powerful than we can ever do. But see, the last black man that spoke these type of words was Marcus Garvey. And they made him sound so stupid.
I'm agreeing with you, Rimfire.
I think he came out his mouth using another nigga to say what you saying ain't shit. That's division, bro. No, I'm trying to cause unity among the black race.
The stuff that you're saying, I'm not saying you
specific. The real indigenous Negroes. If you're not a Negro, you're not gonna feel what the fuck I'm talking about right now. Because no Negro in America is supposed to pay taxes. No Negro in America is supposed to be convicted in a U.S. court. No Negro in America. We supposed to have our own fucking army. We supposed to have our own fucking bank. U.S. bank ain't owned by no niggas.
Hey,
that's the white man shit. And y'all niggas got y'all money in that bullshit. You might as well take yourself to Wells Fargo. I can tell you niggas shit.
Hey, one, I'm about to check out of here.
Hey, wait, hold on. All right, SnaggaPuss, control your show, control your emotions. Okay. Let's get it back going.
Calm down, Lord, please.
There you go, man. You gotta control that. You gotta make it watchable, brother.
With the mental ability to put this shit together.
You just like somebody I know. The problem with a lot of individuals is a lot of people with a lot of individuals, you just can't seem to agree, or you mad when somebody don't agree with you. And that's
it isn't about that.
All right. SnaggaPuss, bring your next guest on to join the panel.
Okay. Who we got on the standby on the sideline?
All right, man. Right now, you got the lovely Miss G coming to the panel.
Yeah, my baby. Hey, baby. How you doing, pretty? You are looking pretty today. You looking good today, girl.
I ain't even got no full makeup. I just had to go and throw me some little lipstick on so I can look halfway decent up in here.
You looking real good today. You looking real good today. You looking real good today.
Okay. So I'm in the middle.
You can't any of this content.
Ain't nobody fighting. You know how SnaggaPuss get. I'm still cool, calm, and collect. I'm drinking on my lemonade. I'm about to go eat in about 15 minutes. I ain't tripping. But you already know how Snag get. Snag get to the point where don't nobody have nothing to say but him. Don't nobody have nothing meaningful to say but him. Don't nobody have nothing accurate to say but him. And all I'm saying to him is, brother, you just upset when don't nobody agree with you. And that's what's wrong.
All I'm telling you
wrong with all of
you might not agree with a lot of the stuff that I said.
Hey.
But a lot of it is fact and it's true, and that's the problem with the so-called black
that's
people in
America. That's your perspective, bro. And I didn't. If Miss G, if you was listening, did I not say I'm not saying that you're wrong? That's not what I said.
All right.
Now, is how you handling everything. Now that's completely wrong. But I never said how you felt or what you viewed or what you thought was wrong.
Thank you for the super chat.
Okay, the only issue I have with the both of y'all while y'all sitting up here talking about what Negroes do.
Hold on, y'all. I said no.
SnaggaPuss,
Him.
You did a
Be
whole
specific.
show. No, you did a whole show talking about how white women is better than me. And then fact check on the We Are Still Single show, you sat up and said that's why black men run the white women. So how y'all both up here talking about what Negroes do and y'all want to run the white girls?
I don't run the white girls. I was just giving y'all examples because I had a bunch of stories from a bunch of that So I got all my information. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? What's good, homie?
I want to hear about this. Now. I'm going to tell you why your millionaire homeboys ain't gave you 50 acres or nothing because they too busy not giving it to white girls. Because that's what you done told them to go do.
No, that's what Wendy Williams' husband did. We didn't do that.
No, that ain't what Dr. Dre just did it.
No, he got a new girl, the white girl. You know, the white girl stolen from the other black girl.
What?
Y'all ain't seen the tab? Oh man, Wendy Williams' husband that got caught with a white girl.
We're in the tabloid show.
No, I'm talking about.
Look that up on YouTube. I promise you, popping right now.
I'm talking about facts. So fact check. Like I said on your last comment, why you say what you said on that comment? But y'all up here talking about what Negroes supposed to do.
About what?
Let you tell it.
About what?
Let you tell it. They need to go run to the white girls. So y'all
Who said that?
Y'all get food with corn and white women.
Who said that?
You did.
I said they need to run to the white girls.
That's what you said. You said that's why they run to white women now. That's what you said in the comments.
I said that's why black men run to white women. Not because of what he was talking about. He had made a different statement far as how y'all women belittle us or try to anyway. Talk crazy, us be disrespectful. Hold on, I just did a whole show that you watched where a young lady told me to suck her balls. That was the biggest disrespect ever.
Do she got balls? Do she got balls?
That ain't the point. That's not the point. That's not the point.
Oh yeah.
Miss G, have I ever called you out your name?
No, but my thing
I never will. Listen, well, hold on. Different circumstance, but I never will. You know why? Because I would never ever let anybody of any nationality see me disrespect a woman, especially a black woman that I respect. And I respect all my sisters, every last one of them. So that's just how I function. Now that's just me.
You mad at
I was
a
raised
joke.
by women.
You don't even have balls.
That ain't the point. But certain things you just don't say.
But you sat up there and said that I got 7 ex-husbands and 5 baby daddies.
Hey, and we both know that's a lie. That's why I said it like that.
Okay, then. So what's the difference between her telling you to suck her balls that she ain't got?
Hold on, but you both know that.
No. Because she said that out loud.
You gonna have to make that make sense.
See, because
you was in the comments saying that I was the president of the Broke Boys Club or something like that.
I asked you a question. I said, are you?
Miss G, I'm sorry. I got to get y'all name straight. All right, well, I got to get y'all name straight.
I asked the question. I didn't say that's what you was. I said, are you? Because you was just going in and defending them so much. So I asked the question.
Hold on, and I'm going to defend my black brothers that's trying to get out and move out of something. I ain't not the ones that want to stay in the slums. I
did. My video completely stated.
I was asking a question, and you just answered. You defending the broke niggas. That's all. I mean, you could have just said yeah.
Now you done came on the show. You done took over SnaggaPuss show. You done took his show completely over now. And now he can't even get on his subject. And he was getting all hot and mad at me, but some estrogen get on here and he done calmed himself down.
Venus Cooper's in the chat. Venus Cooper's in the chat.
Oh, I was reading the comments.
Girl,
My feelings wasn't hurt. It was just disrespectful.
Thank you for the super chat, Venus. If y'all want to leave us a super chat, we're trying to build this platform up. So
I won't know what I want though.
Complain about something and then turn around and do the same thing. You can't do that.
I just feel like every black man should have at least one experience with a white woman. Before he make that final decision that he want to be with a black woman, he should go out at least one time and go experience a white woman. Because a white woman might change his whole perspective on how you feel black woman.
I'm not a pastor though. I'm not a pastor though.
You don't get up there. You want my tithes and offerings, and here you go talking bad about me. I'm not a pastor though. You want 10%.
Hey,
you tried to you trying to
I want to ask y'all a question.
You threw up west side of Chicago.
Hey, I got a producer back there. Everyone mute them two people real quick. Let them talk to themselves for a second.
You ain't getting none of my 10%.
Thank you for the super chat. They're good brotherhood. They're brotherhood. This is where it's coming at. See, we got Negroes in America, then we got Negroes of America, Negroes of America, 2 G's, and they ain't saying that they ain't got some Negro in them, but they not a full-blooded Negro, so they niggas. You know what I'm saying? And that's what the white man wanted to do. The white man wanted to distort the black Negro bloodline, because once they integrate with any other race, then they start thinking like that. They be all mixed, twisted and shit. They don't give a damn about the subject, the topic. They don't care about slavery. They don't care about how the fuck they great grandparents got disintegrated. See, they don't give a fuck. That was the true white man plan to distort the mindset of the African Americans of America, right? But I ain't talking about African Americans. I'm talking about the Negroes of America, like the real Negroes. Like it's hard to identify Negroes because Negroes really know what a Negro is, and I ain't talking about Negro. I ain't talking about a black man. I ain't talking about African American. I'm talking about a Negro.
But wait a minute, hold on. But you in love with they women?
No, I'm not. I don't date African Americans. I don't date women from Africa. I date a Negro woman. If it ain't a Negro woman, I'm gonna go date a white woman. I'm gonna have me some fun with a white lady, and I'm gonna stay away from them niggas. I stay away from niggas. I'm telling you, because them niggas, them niggas had it. See, first of all,
riddle me this. Answer this
riddle what?
For me. Okay, so you sitting up here, you saying all this stuff about the white man, but you did a whole show talking about how you in love with his creation.
I didn't say me and Tom was in love with his creation. I told him how I punished her for my ancestors' sake. For all what y'all do to my ancestors, every time I go like girl, I was
what you saying is
he gonna
try to raise a woman better than you.
I do something to the white girl that a black girl would never let me do to him. They couldn't let me get that damn wild freaking with their ass like that. You wouldn't let me bite your nipples off. You wouldn't let me do all that type of stuff. Huh?
You might as well tell him that he can raise a woman better than you, is what you pretty much saying.
No, see, that's why you ain't never heard that saying. Once they go black, they can't never go back. You ain't never seen them white ladies that really had a real black man. The way they walk.
They can't go back because they get disowned by their family.
That's why they can't go back because ain't no white man like that. I'm telling you, and you ain't never seen that, right? See, I know the difference between
Kim K is on her way back. Kim K is on her way back because she got the same black man that we get. Kim K is on her way back. Kim K is on her way back.
If you know, it's the difference between passionate love and just
if you notice, Kim Kardashian is slowly but surely taking down her bloodline.
Really loves you for who you
On
was.
this episode of Dragon Ball Z, we have
And every time
SnaggaPuss
he pulled his dick out, he
for
shit go
Blow
like
Blow
this.
with
And
Miss
you ain't never
G.
had a black man like that. You ain't never had a man that really liked you
They
for
no
being
longer want to look like so-called black women.
You ain't never had that type of black man. You ain't never had that type of real black, strong attraction love where nigga trying to bite your lips off every time he just tearing your ass up and you can feel it. See, if your man go inside of you,
y'all reduce yourselves to just a bunch of mandingos running around
let
here.
Me tell
Let's
you
be clear, all of y'all are not.
All black men, all black men
ain't
ain't
knock it
like
off like
Negroes.
everybody's
All
swinging and
Negroes
banging.
is black.
You're not.
Like all Negroes,
You're not.
Like Negroes
Knock it
got a
off.
little extra down there.
Y'all not running around. All y'all not running around here swinging and banging. Okay,
Listen,
let's just be clear.
it is our job and duty to swing and bang that thing.
Y'all not around.
That's your job. See, you let the white man tell you supposed to have one. See, the black man. See, that's what it's about, baby. The black man is a king. We're supposed to spread our wings and fly. We're supposed to be productive. See, you have to come to my house with all my wives because I got wives sitting in the other room and they ass acting right. And see, once you become one of my wives, I won't have to worry about all that small mouth because one of my other wives gonna check your ass if you get out of line. So I ain't worried about you. See,
are you? Wait a minute, you got all these wives. Okay, I had a quick question. You have all these wives. You paying all of their bills
outside by yourself.
You paying all of their bills.
With a cold piece, 2-piece dinner from KFC. I ain't gonna give you that shit.
Are you paying all of their bills?
They stay with me, so I pay all my own bills. But they produce. If they don't produce, they don't eat.
They all stay with you. How many is it again?
It's 7.
And they all live with you. How come we ain't
I'm looking for 21 more. God said I can handle 30 on my plate. I'm looking for 21 more. Your birthday have to go in order of the 31 days in the month. Huh?
Where they at?
Right now, I got a 20. I got a 28. I got a 17. I got a 2. I got a 14.
I wasn't talking about your kids. I'm talking about
I'm talking about how many girls I got. I'm looking, but I go by their number on their birthday.
I'm talking about your wives.
I go all the way up to 31.
I'm talking about your wives. How many you got?
I got 7, but I got an open window for 21 more.
Okay, I'm just saying. Okay, so you have a house. You have 21 rooms. How this working?
I know. Right now, I got an 8-bedroom. And when the Lord bless me with another wife, we're going to move out of that one and get a bigger house. It is what it is. Many wives as I get, I got to be able to take care of all of them and love them evenly.
So where
See,
are
in my religion, I got to love all my wives evenly. That's all I got to do.
Last time I checked, you was on IG in your drawers, and it looked like an extended stay.
An extended what?
Ooh.
I said the last time I saw you
on this
you
episode of Dragon Ball G.
They're looking like an extended stay. So I'm just.
It sounds like you've been on my Instagram page. It zoomed in on my page trying to see if it's real or not.
I pulled it up on the shoulder one time. What are you talking about?
You trying to see if it's real or not? You know how many fans I got that really question themselves every day. It's Snag that really big like that. And any female that ever had it, they'll tell you.
Miss G. Miss G, if SnaggaPuss got room for 29 wives, you really did have 7 ex-husbands.
No, baby, let me tell you something. I got room for 30 because I'm
gonna hold down. He said he got room for 21 more. If he can hold down,
damn right,
21 days.
Yeah, because that's how many rooms is on that floor.
That's all it is. Only one night. Only one night. They all sleep on the floor. The only one can sleep in the bed with me that night. So, and if you're on your day, if you're 12, 13, 14, 15, whatever your day is, that's when you get to get in the bed. And you love all your wives evenly, and you don't have to worry about that. So now that I got 7, I got to divide them 2 days. I got to divide that 7 by 28, and give them days accordingly. I give them 4 days apiece, and I rotate, and I skip a day. I go this one, I rotate, and all of them get 4 of them. They get 4 good rounds a month, and so that's all that matters.
I'm trying so hard to ride with you, bro. I'm trying so hard to
I raise
rock
all
with
my
you.
lives evenly.
But this is
And
degrading our black women. I'm trying so hard to rock with you, man, but I just can't get the
So you
goal.
gotta understand, when I build this nation of Negroes, we gonna write our own laws, our own constitution in America, and it will not be on white clause. Like no Negro of America.
I don't believe
you. As many wives as you can afford and evenly take care of and love. As long as you can evenly love and take care of them, you good.
I don't believe you, Sag. I'm just not believing this.
You wait till I build the first Negro nation in America. Wait till I need a Negroes together. And watch what I do. And
you got all these wives. Where your land at and your estate for all of this?
Man.
Oh, I'm already in the process looking to purchase new land right now. More land for our people right now.
That's something you're supposed to have first. You're not making any sense here.
I have land, but my land, the land that I own, my house, my land behind my house, I don't think I can put that many people on an acre land. I got my own.
You're supposed to have more than that. You got all these lands.
No, all I bought was 1 acre for myself. I'm trying to get my other 39 acres from the government. That's what I need to do.
You're doing it all wrong. You're doing it all wrong.
I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to get my other 39. My house is paid for. I got the deeds and everything to my house. Y'all can do the fuck y'all want to do.
But my thing is, you supposed to have all this stuff set up before you go get all these women. It's no property trying to have.
And that's all I gotta worry about. I got $722 property taxes once a year. I got generators. I got a goddamn Tesla battery on my house. A whole goddamn roof of goddamn solar panels. I got my own water panel. I got my own water tanks. I can go home and live my life sufficiently and say fuck all y'all, but I'm trying to save my
hold on, wait a minute. That video I seen that you cooking noodles in the skillet, nothing like a whole lot of land, bro.
Save my people. I'm the real. I consider myself to be the king of the Negroes. Now you might not like this, but we gonna have to have a king in order to run this shit because y'all niggas don't see it right. Unless we got one vision. And with Mike, I'm gonna have a whole bunch of legal panel. I'm gonna have a whole bunch of people that's gonna be just as strong as me. But I'm gonna be king of the Negroes. And I will not be knocked off my throne until the day I die, man. And my decision is gonna transcend.
And Colin Powell is looking down on right now, shaking his head.
I'm the king of the Negroes, man. And that's what
y'all. Where your kingdom at? Y'all be tossing this king around. You can't be no king without no kingdom.
I got 7 followers. They follow me everywhere I go throughout my house. And
what they got to do with a kingdom, though?
Well, SnaggaPuss, you actually only have 2 in your chat right
when
now.
Y'all help me see this, when y'all help me paint
and I think I'm one of them.
See, and there you go. You're a part of it. You just ain't really aboard yet, but you're a part of it. You want to be.
Bro, I can't. Some things, bro.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Even if it's my own people, I just can't agree with it.
And slide in like you brother behind and be like, Snag, I want to fund your whole operation. I want to see if you gonna really help these niggas so we can try to fight back.
But kings don't have nobody funding their organization. They do it they dang on self.
Because this one Jew that don't like the rest of them Jews.
LeBron James funding everybody under his kingdom.
I'm a business.
Nobody's funding him.
You're gonna make $1 billion.
Michael Jordan.
All I'm looking at for one Jew. Make me the fucking king of the Negroes, and I'm gonna show you Negroes. Once I get $1 million and I start leading by example, and I get my niggas, I get my Negroes in one basket, and then I get another chapter and another chapter.
I'm asking a question for
the queen of the Negroes. You're gonna be one of my first ladies in Tennessee. You're gonna be one of my Tennessee ambassadors.
2 legs or 4 legs?
You're gonna be one of my Tennessee ambassadors for the Negro. You're gonna be one of the Negro ambassadors for the Tennessee. You in Nashville, you're gonna be in Tennessee. See, I'm gonna make you the Compton. I'm gonna make you the Compton ambassador.
You're a great.
I'm gonna make you the Compton ambassador.
Well, you got 1 minute left for me.
A1 is gonna be the Inglewood ambassador. In every county, every state, once we get established as a group of Negroes, Then we can go to our U.S. government and
Grandeurs of delusion going on
only thing we want first, we want to be demanded as identifiable Americans in this country.
SnaggaPuss,
rewrite the Constitution and make us
promise
the
me one thing.
America
promise
of
me,
black American race. That's
do me a favor.
That is good. And I want everything that I got there, grandparents and grandparents is old.
SnaggaPuss. Do me a favor. Promise me one thing.
See, all the males in your family were killed by the U.S. government. My great-grandfather got killed in World War II. My grandfather got killed in Vietnam. See, you ain't lost none of the heads of your family that couldn't teach your generations and generations that was already
not write a book.
Built
please don't write a book. Because you will embarrass yourself. Don't write a book.
See, all the
ladies and gentlemen, this is why we'll never get anywhere. All these grandeurs of delusion is the reason why.
See, this is the way the white man got Marcus Garvey debunked. See, they used his own people to say this nigga trying to divide us. He's delusional. He don't know what the fuck he's talking about. So not only that, with the nigga talking against him, he went and bought a vote from our U.S. government and said, you know what? I'm gonna give us a vote, and we can just go to Africa ourselves, and I can show y'all what the fuck going on over there, right?
A1. See you later, Miss G.
See, you didn't understand what Marcus Garvey's concept was. Marcus Garvey was trying to get a bunch of black people on that boat to go to Africa.
Marcus Garvey was full of shit.
We were going to be rejected by the Africans, and that
he was full of shit. He was full of shit. Marcus Garvey was full of shit. He got ran out of his country and sat up there and lied and never went nowhere.
See, that's what they wanted you to believe.
Snag, you know better than this.
That's what they wanted you to believe. But have you ever listened to his philosophy?
That's what they wanted us to believe. That's the truth. No. What are you talking about?
Have you ever listened to his philosophy? Have you ever listened to his real thoughts as a man? This brother had one of the most solidest foundations for black existence in America. And it was debunked more by his own people than the U.S. government used the media to destroy the rest of the movement. But that was debunked just like all of our other programs that was ever created by a strong-minded black man was debunked. And now look at us. We still lost. We still ain't got shit. We're 4 generations lost. And if our
this is the thing that I need to get some people to understand.
Guess what? If people like me die off, it would be nobody else to tell the story. And that's what the whole objective agenda is right now.
This is what I want people to understand. We need to go ahead and take our L and keep it pushing. We taking too many L's. No. It's the reality of it. Come on, knock it off. We do way too much business.
See, women is so quick.
Snag, no, you're not gonna do this because we need to be honest. We do way too much business with white people. It's over.
What you gotta realize is that's why women are women and men are men. God didn't make women to be warriors. God didn't make women to be warriors. And in every democracy in this world, you know, they had to tear that motherfucker up. They had to tear that motherfucker up. Some motherfuckers had to die in order for their ass to come to the table and say, you know what, man?
So you want to make me to get
too many defensive black men in America right now that can't defend themselves because our U.S. government says because they're convicted felons or because they went to the county jail, they can't possess a gun to protect their families and themselves. But every one of these motherfuckers got one. Even their kids is buying them. Going to schoolhouse and shooting up motherfuckers and all this bullshit. But a black man, you give a black child a gun, they don't even know how to use it. They don't even know what to do with it. They think it's a toy. They go bang, 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 bang. Think it's a game. But you give a 5-year-old little white girl a gun, that little bitch will break it down, clean it, motherfucking put it back together, put the bullets in it, and shoot your ass with it. If you want to see me wonder why I'm trying to find these Negroes. Because Negroes, the real Negroes.
Whose fault is that?
The real Negroes They killed all the real Negroes. They killed them. They scared them off, and they let the women have power. And the women so scared of the power that lies ahead of them. They teach the young black men now today to be fearful. Don't do that. No, you good like that.
Wait a minute. Wait. Okay, this is what we're not about.
That was a psychological.
Wait. No, I sat up here and listened. I'm gonna tell you what we not gonna do. Because
y'all
all of a sudden,
really don't really
Snag, you're not about to do this shit. No, because what we not gonna do is you sit up here. I hate this rhetoric to where y'all be acting like we're the only ones with fucking kids. Okay, last time I checked, we didn't grew out of the era of where women can have babies by themselves. It takes two people. So how come every time some shit comes up about these kids, it's always the fucking woman to blame? Why? Because we stuck around and raised them? So that shit's gonna fucking stop today.
See,
so
the thing
if it's a young black man that don't know how to use a goddamn gun,
let me tell you
then
something.
where your black ass at to teach
you got strong black
women today.
You got strong black women. Then you got weak.
It's not gonna be blame black women time. No, fuck that. Because I'm getting tired of that goddamn narrative from y'all black ass.
Black women is the cause of everything that the black man is going through.
I don't want to hear that shit.
In America today.
A woman who's sticking around to raise her kids.
The reason why black men is being so prosecuted today is because of the African American women.
I'm not letting you get that off.
Because y'all psychologically
get that off. I'm not the last time I checked, we're the ones sticking around raising kids.
Y'all backs ain't strong enough to carry
welfare no more because don't nobody get no extra money. Don't nobody get all of that. So you
y'all get mad at us when we tell y'all the truth.
So let's stop.
Why don't you do me a favor, Miss D? And this ain't no sexist. Why don't you get in a woman's place and realize that a woman is not a warrior? A woman,
yes, we are, baby. I channel the goddess of Sekhmet, boo-boo. And she was the protector of the Pharaoh. So you can knock it the fuck off with your little Bible shit. You can knock it off. You can knock it the fuck off. You were warriors. Don't come over here with that. No, don't come over here with this patriarchy bullshit.
No, that's the truth.
No,
but you wasn't taught that way.
Let me tell you where y'all be having life fucked up at. One,
we
used to be a matriarchy. Okay, those religious books and shit turned everything to a patriarchy. Okay, and let's be clear on something. Black men can't hang with fucking patriarchy. You know why? Because the white man and every other man got the shit sold up. So you can't compete.
What you better realize is.
You cannot compete where you don't compare, because that's not what you were born. How you was raised.
The real Negroes of America, didn't fall for that bullshit.
No.
What you better realize is every Negro that fought against the system was killed within the system or by their own people.
So what that tell you about you?
Why they were?
What does that tell you about you? That says more about you than them. So when you bring up that narrative, it don't make you look good. It makes you look more weak.
Well, if you listen and pay attention, I'm the one that can tell you because I know I used to be one.
I'm listening to pay attention. You making yourself sound weak.
The only one can tell you about another one is
I'm
one
not angry. Straight fire channel. I'm speaking fucking facts. And you get mad because y'all so used to trying to think a woman got some type of place.
And you
y'all
walk around
don't even know how to lead.
All about what they tell you every day.
So
you would think that you know it all, right? When you go around,
I think that I know it all. I'm going off of facts. It ain't about what I think.
System of life
what I know.
Is what it truly is. You believe into the system of life of what it truly is to this day. Then you walking around thinking that you who you are and you ain't got no problems in the world because you done served your country, you done did this, you got credit, you got a house, you got all this to protect you. You think that you this person, you living in a total false reality.
Who lives in a false reality? I live in a reality that I create for myself.
Your hair is straight as snow.
I live in a reality that I create for me.
You got a foundation looking lighter than what you actually are.
You mad?
Look, your teeth is white as snow. You done had your teeth dipped in the whitening all morning. Listen. You got the big ghetto. You got the big ghetto around. The swap meet. You got the swap meet earrings in. Then you got the tattoo. You got the tattoo. Your skin is showing. Then look at you. You got your eyelashes and your eyebrows. Your eyebrows sit out like a goddamn ceiling fan. Yeah, I'm looking at them. They got damn 16 inches long.
I don't have eyelashes. What are you talking? I have no eyelashes on. What are you talking about?
12 inches long. What the hell you gonna do with those? You measure the movie.
I don't even get my eyebrows done. These are my natural eyebrows. So what are you talking about?
Your fingernails is 12 inches long. How can you dial the numbers on the phone with long ass fingernails?
Because my nails grow like this. These are my nails. They're my real nails.
And then you got them spiked like a witch, like a witch doctor. Like that's evil. Do you know how to do it?
Somebody
that's how the Salem witch trials got. The girls had them damn nails.
I got plenty of edges. Knock it off.
Well, I know you got all your baby edges.
What?
You got all your baby edges.
What?
You got all your baby edges.
What does that mean?
No, that's a compliment.
Yeah, I mean, I still got my edges. I got my hair. I ain't got no shit on Michael Jackson going on, trying to fake it until I make it. So what are you talking about? Because y'all ain't never seen nobody natural for real. I don't have eyelashes on. My eyebrows are my regular eyebrows. I don't get them done, arched or cut. They are where they are. Like, what do you want me to do about that? I throw on some lipstick and you mad?
No, I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying. The sisters that accepted food stamps, that accepted federal government aid, housing assistance, the Section 8 program, when they threw. No,
that's
but you got to feel the
realize taking care of the men wasn't taking care. And did you see the one?
The men was meant to
go find that documentary and send it to you, SnaggaPuss.
Now, the men was psychologically
meant to go in the line to go get food stamps and money. Please don't make me send you that documentary from back in the 60s and 70s in New York.
And you got to know what happened to the men. What happened to the black man?
Say again.
80% of the African Americans got addicted to drugs. All male African Americans.
All right. So listen to what you're saying. Check this out.
95% of the African Americans that went to the military came out and got addicted to drugs. 95%.
Okay, so you're not making any
you
sense.
You tell me what happened to the black race, what happened to the black nation. 95% of all the black males that went to Vietnam came back and was on drugs. They needed psychological drugs to help them cope with the shit that they seen over there fighting with the Vietnamese.
But okay, you just made my argument for me, SnaggaPuss, because let you tell it. Welfare is the reason why what took black men out the home. You just said about the drug addictions and stuff that was going on. So
men who was in the military.
Make this make sense. So how were women supposed to take care of their children if the men are in jail and addicted to drugs, just like you said? So what was we supposed to sit up there and do?
The African American men that was lucky enough to serve in the military, their families never received food stamps.
Answer my question, because you the one brought this up.
Received food stamps. That program wasn't designed for them.
Question.
The government take care of their own.
Wait a minute, but you said that it's the black women that was kicking the men out the home in order to get welfare, but then you just turned around and said about the high percentage of people that were on drugs. So clearly people were taking themselves out of the home. So it wasn't the welfare taking them out of the home. They never had a home. It was the drugs.
They never had a home. Do African Americans, let me ask you something. When you moved out of your parents' house, did you have a house waiting for you? Did you have money already saved up where you could just go out and buy a house? How many African Americans you know that just go out and start life with owning a home?
None, really.
Being in a position to buy a home. Ain't no bank gonna finance you on a home. You ain't got a job, no kind of history, no nothing, right? So how many African Americans in America that actually had a fair start to go out and live life?
Not many.
So for the couple that who was fortunate enough to have parents who was established, who was smart enough to have educations, who was able to fight the system to build something, because everything in America that a black man have to this day, the ones that have it, they had to build it. They didn't get it by motherfuckers giving it to them, unless their parents was the ones that worked for it and they was the ones that inherited. But we go back from the early 1900s, from 1920 to 2020 to this present day. We go back 100 years of anybody that's living on this earth right now. How many of them rightfully had a start at life?
Not many, but this is the issue too. When you talk about America, SnaggaPuss, this is the issue. And this is why I said black folks need to just go ahead and take their L's. We always too nice, and that has always been the problem. Hence, we helped the Irish when they came over here. They got the stepping stone off of us soon as, because they was treated like shit too, just as well as the Italians. They were, when they came over here, they was getting treated like shit too.
Let me ask you a question.
Let me make my point. We let them live in our communities. We was helping them out. Then as soon as they started getting recognized by the so-called American white people, they quit fucking with us. The Irish became police officers. The Italians was able to open restaurants and have their mobs and everything like that. Then all of a sudden, what we call moolies and all kinds of shit, because they finally got their welcome to the American white people, and they was able to capitalize on their white privilege. So at the end of the day, if we're keep being the damn fools and the stepping stools for everyone, where do you think that's going to end up with us? That's why I tell you we're too embedded and it's too far gone.
See,
and don't nobody want to be honest about how
everybody live off the model of civilization. Everybody live off the model of civilization. Every family, every race, and to this day, especially this day and time, if it's not civilized, you don't do it. A real human being, if it's not civilized, if it's not the proper way of doing nothing, we're not going to do it. Right? Right? So that comes through prestigious planning, taking our time. You got to put this shit together, right? And see, over time, this is where evolution plays its part. Every generation gets smarter. You know what I'm saying? But it was a group of generation of Negroes that came out. And this was one of the smartest group that ever took off on record. And we are what is in existence to this day. That's those 70 babies. And see, out of this group of 70 babies, your computers was designed, was created, the cell phones was created, the technology of the newer cars, hydrogen cells was created. I used to work on hydrogen cells when I was 10 years old in advanced science class. How to create hydrogen cells for cars. We was trying to do that shit way back when I was 10 years old, because I was in an advanced, I went to a higher school, advanced learning school.
And what you do with it?
Well, just like a lot of African American brothers that's identified by their social security number, I got pulled into the incarceration system at the age of 11. And I didn't get out until I was 30 years old. And they didn't let me finish school. Time stopped for me in the 4th grade. But it didn't stop me.
After you got on your feet, why didn't you
self-teaching myself from the fundamental education that I got to the 4th grade? I self-taught myself the fundamentals of a higher education that I have today. And I have 2 college degrees. With the GED.
Okay.
One master degree. So therefore, if a motherfucker say that,
so what are you doing with it?
You have to go through all the proper steps of high school, your junior high system, the white man's system of education, to get to where, to get in life, to have something, to understand the system. They're a goddamn lie. And it's a reason why God pulled me out of this system. I didn't understand it. I didn't know why. Until later on, as life and time revealed itself. I never went to junior high. I never went to high school. But I got a master's degree in college.
Okay. So did I.
And my IQ, and I never was taught how to use a calculator. But I can count. I can figure out any mathematical problem in my brain.
So you know physics.
I got locked up when I was 11 years old, and I went to prison at the age of 13. I stayed in the county jail for 2 years, from 11, 12, 13. I was in a county jail with grown ass men.
Okay.
But everybody in life don't experience the things that I experience and see the things that I see, and why God put me in those places at that time of age of my life for a reason. And it all makes sense now because I can explain things to the average stupid motherfucker who really don't understand this shit.
I mean, everybody has a story. You sat up there and go in on me about my whole life and told me that I live in my own little whatever, my world, and all that other type of time. That's what you tried to tell me about my life. But now yours, because you got a woe is me story, it makes your whole thing better.
It's not your job to know who you are.
I don't understand why in the so-called Black community that you have to struggle in order to be real. Like, wait, where the hell did he go? Ooh, is he coming back? Hey, well, where you at? Anyway, like I was saying, since I'm on here by myself, I don't understand what's this infatuation with our community that we have to struggle to be real. Like, hey. Why does it always have to be? Why does everything have to be about a struggle? And if you don't struggle, you don't know nothing, or you ain't real. I'm so tired.
Because so what? Guess what? Because you've been had.
Black people.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
Everything struggle has to be attached to Black people. Like that is so weird to me.
How old were you when you went to the military?
I was 18.
Stop. Just like any other dependent child in life, or any other person who's depending on something, who don't know, who have no direction, at 18, no child conscious is at the point of understanding. You barely understand, comprehend. No.
SnaggaPuss, you don't know my life story.
I don't care. You haven't lived long enough to know shit in order for you to understand. That's your problem. All kids under the age of 25, they feel like they know everything. That's why your ass don't have no friends until after 25. That's why you feel like you know everything. Can't tell a motherfucker shit under the age of 25. And at 18, you thought you knew everything because you went to the military. By 22, you showed up off the shit. I'm just saying.
What are you talking about? You don't know nothing about me, but because I ain't go to prison and I didn't go to jail because I was smart enough to not get caught up in the system.
No, it isn't about that. I'm just showing you at the age of 18, when you went to the military, you was incompetent to understand everything that was going on around you.
Well, clearly you was at 11, and that's how you ended up in jail.
You are as a person. I don't care what you know. And this is the thing. See, when we young, we don't understand this. Old people would say this shit to us when we was kids all the time. Boy, you need to sit your young ass down. You don't know shit. And at that time, at 18 years old in your life, if you only lived 18 years, you really didn't know that much. I don't give a fuck what you done experienced. It was just a little of the experience.
Well, you the one thought you knew everything clearly at 11.
In 18 years, it's just a little of the experience of what life got a full load of your ass for. So at 18 years old, when you joined the military, You went in desperation so you can have a foundation, so you don't have to look for a job. You can do something for yourself, and you can be taken care of. So most people that
go out of no desperation. I didn't go out of no desperation. What are you talking about? See, you try to sit up there and act like you know me.
The military recruitment. Listen, the military recruitment. They only recruit following people with a following mind. If you a leader, they gonna kick you out. They gonna debunk you. They ain't gonna want to fuck with you. Remember, I went to the military.
Okay.
I went to the Marine.
You didn't go to the Navy.
And they pick your intellect.
Which one did you go to?
Off of the ASVAB test that they took. Back in the days, a lot of brothers, you had to take the ASVAB test, and the ASVAB test was basically common sense.
ASVAB test.
No, not the way they used to introduce it to us in the South, brothers, younger brothers, and all this shit. Like, it's not even, they don't even tell the kids that they have to register, for the draft and all this. As
you have to do that regardless when you turn 18. What are you talking about?
If you're not an American citizen, you don't.
What?
If you're a minority, you don't have to sign up for the military. You don't.
What?
If you are a minority, you do not have to sign up for the military. Only U.S. citizens. Black people are not U.S. citizens. So black people do not have to sign up for the draft. Only black people that sign up is the niggas that go get in line. Like I said, you went and got in line. You didn't know no better. You went in there and you believed all the philosophy.
Y'all be so bent out of shape because I went to the military.
You went in there and signed your constitution.
I know. Y'all be mad. I just see the hate on your face.
You raised your hand and said, I do.
Listen, let me tell you something about me. Don't be mad at me because I went and got my reparations, nigga, while you still begging. Let's be clear on that.
I done got more reparations out of our U.S. government than y'all niggas ever had.
I get a check for the rest of my life. Without any type of debt. So let's be clear on that. I went and got my reparations, baby, while you sitting up here crying for yours. So let's be clear on that now. Let's be very clear on that. Let's be clear. I went and got mine.
The U.S. government let me sell more cocaine than any average nigga in America.
Freedom ain't free, boo-boo. Freedom ain't free. Freedom ain't free. Freedom ain't free, sir. Freedom ain't free.
Every black man don't get the opportunity to have the life.
Do you pay taxes?
I never have in my life have I ever had to pay taxes.
You ain't never paid taxes on this land that you got. You a goddamn lie. You a goddamn lie. You a goddamn lie.
Listen to me, G.
So you don't pay taxes on your barbershop?
My house is an inheritance, and it comes from my great grandmother. I don't pay a dollar on taxes.
You inherited a house, so you sit up here now. You starting to tell the truth.
But it comes from a real Negro.
You
gotta understand the reason why I don't have to pay taxes.
So you don't pay car registration taxes. You don't pay car registration taxes.
I am exempt.
You don't pay taxes on your barbershop.
Are exempt.
Excuse me.
Just like the true Caucasians of America. Don't you know white people don't have to pay taxes?
Real white people in America don't pay none at all. You don't pay none at all. You don't file.
Real white people in America don't pay taxes.
Do you even file? You still gotta file even if you don't pay. So you don't file?
Let me tell you something, Miss G.
So you don't file.
I took a loss in 1997. So goddamn devastating that I don't have to file taxes for the next 30 years.
Y'all gonna quit lying, boy. I
took a loss in 1997, so devastating with the U.S. government that I don't have to pay taxes for the next 30 years. I'm serious. I don't know about you niggas.
It's a time frame on it. It's still a time frame on it. So even when the 30 years is up there, you still have to pay the tax. So
let me ask you something.
There's no way around it. Knock it off. There's no way around it. I hate when y'all get on here trying to be so pro.
If you let me teach you how to be a Negro, let me teach you how to be a Negro. If you be a queen and get in your position and maintain this position.
Your great grandmother had an 8-bedroom. Somebody asked that question. Your great grandmother had an 8-bedroom home?
No, it's a 4-bedroom.
Wait a minute. Hold on now. You just said I need the lies to stop.
The home I have in Mississippi is a 4-bedroom.
I'm worse than Hamilton. You just don't even know, boy. I'm worse than Hamilton. I'll make you tell on yourself quick.
We still got our original outhouse in the back with the toilet in the ground. That's still back there, still standing.
But you told us earlier you had an 8-bedroom house. Now it's 4.
No, I said I had 8 rooms. In all, it's 8 rooms. It's a 4-bedroom house. You count the kitchen, count the living room, count the den. Then you got the little parade in the front. Like, there's 8 rooms in all. Don't get it twisted.
Yo, that's why you hate me so much. I understand.
I never said that room. I got 8 rooms. I count every room in my house. You can't say I'm lying. I got a 4-bedroom, but you forgot about the living room, you forgot about the kitchen, you forgot about the dining room.
Listen, I see you for who you are, Snag. You got to ask
I'm a real man.
questions. You have to ask specific questions to you because your ass know how to dance around some shit. I see what type of time we on. Okay, I got you. It take me one time.
What type of black man you know back in the day had an 8-bedroom house?
I know how to get with you from here on out. I know how to get with you from here on out. I gotta be specific with you.
I know families from Mississippi that got 24 siblings, and they ain't had no more than 2 bedrooms.
Okay.
Their parents had a 2-bedroom house. They had about 12 siblings in that motherfucker.
Yeah, I see. I know who you are now, boo boo.
I am Mr. SnaggaPuss.
I know who you are now,
Mississippi,
sir.
man. We are from the original. I'm from the original place where the KKK originated at.
Okay, Slicky Ricardo. Okay.
I'm just saying.
You're not from Pulaski, Tennessee, because that's where they originated.
No, they're not. They're from Jones County. They are from Jones County, Mississippi. Okay. The original Ku Klux Klan is from Jones County, Mississippi. The Grand Wizard got arrested in 1997 for the killing of the civil grand workers in Philadelphia. Yeah, you got to do your research in your history.
I did do my research.
They created that shit in Mississippi, man. It happened in the free state of Jones County. That was the only county in America where the white people had freedom. The only state in America that's a state in a state. Okay. You don't understand what a state in a state is, right? Have you ever lived in a state that had another state inside of it? Go to Jones County, Mississippi.
Okay.
Go to Jones County, Mississippi. The only state in America that has a state inside of a state with its own state laws, legislators, and everything. Do the math.
It's not recognized. So
that's because the Ku Klux Klan don't want to know its true identity, where they really originated from.
Okay.
Would you want them to know? Tell them niggas to look toward Jamestown.
If it's not being recognized, then hey, what you want me to do?
That's when we started that shit. But it started right here in the Ambala, in the heart of Jones County, Mississippi.
Okay.
And if you don't believe it, do your own goddamn research.
You find out
that Mississippi is the heart and birthstone of the Ku Klux Klan, Jones County, where they've been lynching niggas, killing niggas ever since the 1850s and to this current day. They just had a black man hung in that motherfucker about 3 months ago, found hung on a tree, swore up and down he committed suicide. But y'all motherfuckers want to listen to the narrative.
So what y'all do about it?
We can't do shit because that's white boy territory, that white man territory down there. You know them.
And this is why.
How do you think?
So let me tell you something. You just killed your own argument, Snag. You just killed your own argument. You just killed your own argument, and this is why I tried to tell you from the beginning, and you wanted to be mad when I said you might as well go and take the L. Y'all ain't never finna have shit. I just asked you what you did when that black dude down there got hung, and what's the first thing came out your mouth? Out your mouth was the white man.
The first thing I did was share it on Facebook.
See,
that's what I did.
But you didn't go do shit about it. So you want all this respect when us black women we sit back and listen to y'all blame everything on the white man, and you don't hold your own fucking nuts. Okay,
we can't.
As a man, you were supposed to take your black ass down there and do something about it. You were supposed to take your black ass down there and do something about it. If you talking about because you the man, you tell me you love to tell me I need to stay in my place. What is your place? What is your place? What is your place? The black men are still down there getting hung.
We're in a fucked up situation where
what is your place? If black men are still down there in Mississippi getting hung, what is your place? You're supposed to be the protector. What is your place?
You know, we cannot protect.
Last time I checked, I'm supposed to be the protector, but your ass is sitting up here talking about the white man won't let me. Well, then don't say shit to me about nothing.
I want you to look at this story.
About nothing. Don't say shit to me about nothing. If every time I try to confront you about some shit going on, you want to holler about the white man. So don't say shit to me about nothing. Don't tell me about my place because you don't even have one. Let you tell me. You don't have a place. So when you
I want to tell you something.
Society, then you come tell me about mine.
Let me tell you something, Ms. G.
You don't have an identity. Then come tell me about mine. Until then, don't tell me shit. Yeah,
that's your problem. That's y'all women problem. We can't tell y'all shit. Y'all know y'all don't need no man.
Doing shit about it. Y'all getting hung and ain't doing shit about it. That sounds like a your problem. Don't try to put that shit off on me. Don't get to talking about what women's supposed to do, and you ain't even taking care of your own business. So knock it off. I don't want to hear shit else.
In this country, because the white man psychologically gonna pick all of us to come against that Negro.
Don't want to hear it.
As y'all can still realize, man, as you can see, the psychological damage has already been done.
You sat up here and you hollered about what the white man's still doing. And you told me you didn't do nothing about it because the white man. That's what you said up here and told me. You said that black men was getting lynched to this day. And I asked you what you did about it. And you sits up here and fix your mouth and tells me you didn't do shit because the white man. You scared? If you scared, just say you scared, and we can just be over with.
It happened in Mississippi, 3,000 miles away, right? It happened in Mississippi. I live in California.
You scared? Oh, so now it's I live in California. But you
listen
brought
to
up
me.
The story and you posted it and shared it. Now it's I live in California.
You got to hear me out. I live in California. The story happened in Mississippi. I shared it on my platform where I know I got a 65% West Coast base, right?
Then so you said, where are you from? Where are you from?
This is how you know the black man ain't shit in America. Black lives don't matter. Not one black friend that I have on Facebook or Instagram shared that story.
Where are you from?
So one black man can't do it by himself. I tried my part. And then no other black people go back and share with nobody else. And you gonna say I didn't do my part?
All credibility. Everything you say is a mute point because
let me ask
you don't want to stand up and defend yourself. Don't tell me about what I need to do.
How do you know anything about George Floyd?
I don't want to hear nothing about no woman's place or what no woman's supposed
to do.
Let
me ask you something. How did you know anything about George Floyd?
That's why the white man keep doing what he doing to you because
let me tell you something.
You're not defending
I was
yourself.
the first nigga to share on social media the story that was circulated about George Floyd in California. I was the first brother in California to have the story. I watch news when don't nobody else watch news. Most of you niggas sleep in bed dreaming. And the only thing that happened to a dreamer is a goddamn dream. That's why I'm up and I'm living my life. I only sleep 2-3 hours a day. I will sleep when I die. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I stay up and I gain all this information to go with all this other information that the Lord done blessed me with, so I can bless you sleeping ass niggas on what the fuck really going on around y'all. But if y'all
you ain't doing shit about it, so what you keep telling us? You keep telling us on a platform. You keep telling us, but you ain't doing no action.
Instagram and social media.
Where's the action?
We're gonna take this nigga about $10 million right now, and just to see how he's gonna support the black community. Let's see how many niggas he can get in the basket. Let's see how many niggas.
Sitting up here worried about my edges, where I got my earrings from, where my lipstick, my eyelashes and eyebrows. Niggas is getting hung, and you ain't doing shit about it.
The devil woke up to me, grabbed me right by the shoulder. He said,
"Worried about what
I want to take you to the other side."
You worried about me? That's the problem right
there. You know what I did? I asked my baby mama. I was like, "Baby mama,
you niggas is too worried about what us black women got going on. Y'all sitting up here killing each other
into a decision that a black man's supposed to make.
So don't
a black man will always make a bad decision. See, that's why I'm trying to get a lot of black African Negroes together. The Negroes of America, not African. Ain't shit African about us. We are Negroes, indigenous people that was already here. We are the Moors. It was things that was already here that we had built, that they came over here and tricked us with some corn. They tricked us with some corn. They tricked us with their corn.
You got your land took, and you never tried to get it back.
They tricked us with the corn. Then they started the fire, and then they threw the corn in the fire, and the shit started popping. Then they had us with real guns. Whole history and existence. And every time I try to tell y'all niggas, the more y'all motherfuckers sleep on me and think, oh, he's delusional. He don't know what he's talking about. But I swear to God, all it takes is one credible nigga or a black man with intelligence to get behind my video and say, this brother here, he's really on to something. Y'all niggas just sleeping on him right now. And it's sad that y'all got the closed mind to turn down yourself, because this ain't gonna benefit me. I'm already straight in life. I got everything I want in life, and God give me anything else that I pray for. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but my life, I done lived heaven. I know what heaven is about. I done jumped in a bedroom, had a bed of women, 9 women that slept in the bed with me. One woke up the next morning, was there right before my feet hit the ground, and put my slippers on. So I know what it feels like to live on heaven and earth. And heaven is to have a lot of money.
That's the problem right there. Y'all, let me explain something to you. Let me explain something to you real quick.
Get to the door with a basket of gold. Let me
explain something to you real quick. That's the reason why shit is the way you too busy worried about sucking. That's the problem. Instead of making changes in the community, you too worried about who legs you get in between and whose slippers on your feet.
Because if your mama was a Negro and your daddy was a white man,
this is the reason why we're in the condition we're in, because these black people ain't doing shit.
White man. So
they worried about
they want to
being
with the black race,
so they can get about how many women they can get, who they sleeping with, and they don't care nothing about niggas being hung from trees.
Think on white ideology and white
nothing about it because of the
black neighborhood. He can relate with the black.
Y'all hear it first. Y'all just heard it. So
that's because they have both genetics inside of them. The DNA genetics in their system is comparative. They can compare and they can adapt to their people. But see, when you get when you mix the race of the Negro, you get something totally different out. But the Negro domination race wins. What you fail to realize, it conquers the mind, and the Negro has the ability to achieve. See, the white man tried to destroy us by trying to put their blood in it. But what they fail to realize is it took 2 Negroes to make the white man. Don't you know that? 2 Negroes can make a white baby.
Snag, yeah, you know what the fuck are you talking about?
What I'm trying to tell you is 2 white people can make a black baby. Do you believe that?
No, the fuck they cannot.
Yes, the fuck they can, and they got a whole story and movie about it. They have a whole story and movie
off.
about it. It was a white woman and white man.
Please.
Hear me out. Hear me
Knock
out.
it off.
Look this movie up. Look this movie up, y'all. It was a white man and a white woman.
No goddamn movie. That is not even possible. Please,
the white woman got pregnant.
That's why you love him so much.
And when the baby came out,
think they
the
black.
baby was
That's
black.
why you. Oh, okay, I got it now.
Oh my God,
I got it now.
This is a real movie.
I got it now. That's why
this is a real movie based on a real story.
Now I understand, because in the back of your mind, you feel like white people can make black women, so that's why you so in love with the white women. That's why you dedicate whole shows to them.
No,
okay,
white
now
women,
I got it. Okay, that's where that thought
beautiful
process.
mixed black women.
Oh,
white women make beautiful mixed black women. Because once you get a drop of black, you black, right? That's what the Constitution say, right? So we're gonna have to accept all the niggas. We gotta accept all the niggas, but they not Negro. They not 100% Negro. They only 25%.
You're delusional as hell.
They raised, their bloodline has been disintegrated, been diluted with another race. So you're not.
So you mean to answer this question?
Like a Negro. You're not physically built like a Negro. You don't act like a Negro. You don't talk like a Negro. You don't act. Hey, you're not a Negro.
Answer this question for me. So you mean to tell me a white woman can have a black man? Can birth a black man? A white woman, a black man can come out of a white woman's womb. Yes or no? I just want a yes or no.
I'm gonna tell you this: a white woman can produce a black woman. I seen that.
No,
I can't say a man. I can't say a boy.
Yes,
but I seen
no.
a white man and a white woman
can birth a black man. It's a yes or no question, Snag. This is what let me know.
The movie is real. Based off the true story. The girl is in Africa right now. She's a school teacher.
Listen. I asked you a question. You mean to tell me a black man can be born from a white woman's womb? Yes or no?
A black woman can be born from a white woman's womb.
No, don't even do this.
What do you mean? I can only talk back. I only seen a black woman come out of white coochie. I ain't seen a black man come out of white coochie. So I can't tell you that a black man can be produced by a white woman. I can't say that. I never seen a movie about a black man being born from a white coochie, but they have a movie about a white woman having a black woman out of a coochie. So I'm telling you, I know for a fact that two white people can make a black woman, and that's the distortion. See,
I didn't ask you about black women. I asked you. I said, can a white woman birth a black man? Can a white woman give birth to a black man? Yes or no? Please,
a white
yes
woman
or no.
Can
please,
give birth
yes or no.
to a black, fine-shaped woman. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because the father is fantasizing. The father was fantasizing about black women when he was having sex with the mother, and the baby actually came out black. Like, I'm telling you how it happened. And the DNA proves it, because two white people was created by two black people. So what make you think two white people can't make a black person? God damn, Negroes. And today's class is damn near over with. So I just want to let y'all know, man, I'm sorry that, because those wasn't full 100% Negroes that I had in the feed. That's why they got upset. They disagreed, because they wasn't real Negroes. And I ain't mad at them, you know. Niggas got their own perceptions, and they believe what the fuck they want to believe, because the white man gave them a Bible and told them, said, your God is in this Bible, and if you don't submit, if you don't tell what we gonna tell you. See, some of these brothers ain't never met the brothers that were strong, and not just to say Black Panthers. I'm talking about just a real black man that really believed in the Negro race, like know that we was already here, that we come from something special. And like, this race it's really been, how do you say, disintegrated. It's been, a lot of the people been rationed out, the intelligence been separated. You know, the brothers that had that, and if they ever detected that chain or that bloodline was in there, They either did mass incarceration on the brother. Like, it's a reason why I did 17 years of my life behind prison. And I was raised in in a white cloth society. My great-grandfather owned a funeral home, a barbershop, and a church, donated property, land to his own people, had a whole bunch of damn real estate and houses when he died. And he taught me life, and I was his protege. And so it's like, where I come from, man, I come from a different world. And he had a whole house, a gambling house in the woods. Like, so you talking to a motherfucker that was raised by a pimp, preacher, a goddamn barber, and a goddamn and he sold your ass life insurance. He was like, he's the last motherfucker you gonna see, the Grand Reaper. Like, nigga, you gotta pay for this funeral, nigga. Like, and a lot of men, you know, they don't understand that after they die, my granddaddy finally got what the fuck he wanted. Well, you gonna have to pay for this funeral, Miss Shirley. How you gonna pay for it? Down payment? Yeah, some kind of way. I've been waiting on you for 20 years, girl. Come here. And my granddaddy, shit, I watched him, shit. If he didn't get you while he was alive, shit, he had 5-hour window to go back there and get you as soon as you come in the back. Miss Shirley may just died. I gotta go to the hospital and pick that body up. He go pick him up in that 5-hour frame, come back and tear your ass up. Like, but y'all don't want to hear no real stories from a real man that done, you know, experience shit in life that you niggas, y'all just read about. Y'all think that it don't exist. Like, I'm cool though. I love y'all, man. I'm SnaggaPuss, man. It's a reason why God put me in.
See this guy? Number one bullshit guy. He do the wee.
The woo. Hey, man, I thank y'all for coming in today. But this class, this show gonna be over with. And if anybody got anything to say, you can leave it in the comment section. And really, I'm only looking for positive comments because I'm looking for real Negroes of America. And once we can identify ourselves as Negroes, then we can take the first step of getting our reparations. Because once we can identify ourselves as Negroes, then we have to go to the U.S. government and demand that we be identified as Negroes of America, like become American citizens. And once we get our American citizenship, then they can pay us for the genocide that our generations and our people done fucking.
Your name. They're gonna try to sabotage you. Yeah, they're gonna just try to do anything they're trying to do to destroy you.
But like I said, I'm a descendant of Negroes. My great grandmother was an Indian. She made it with my great grandfather. He was a mixed breed Indian nigga. His granddaddy was a niglet. I mean, his granddaddy was the slave master son. Like, if you can go past beyond the 1850s and go into the Civil War, how the niggas was, you know, black people was, you know, persecuted and was really bound in chains. And if any black man that know what it feel like to ever be bound in chains, because I know what it feel like. If you know what it feel like, if you ever wore chains in your life, like real chains, and I ain't talking about the shit that you see in the bullshit movies, but the shit is real. Like, I served 17 years in Parchment. So if you look at the story, it is every morning at 4 o'clock, they wake you up for field op, right? And when field op is, when the bell ring, you need to get your ass up. We're going on the field. You go to the field, you working in the chain game, man. It's a chain game. It's real the chain game. You picking potatoes, you picking goddamn corn, you picking goddamn chasing chickens. They got you out in the field busting rocks, you clearing paveways, or you plowing the land. Like, they still, to this day, it's 2022, and every morning they doing field op in Parchment, Mississippi, and Mississippi State Penitentiary. This ain't the only prison, but this the only prison that I didn't experience with my own 2 eyes, where niggas is chained together. Niggas is, you got 1 step to take a shit, 1 step to take a piss, get back in line, get back to work, nigga. What's your MDOC number? Like, what the fuck? Like, if you ain't never had to wait in line to take a shit, if you ain't never had to wear the same fucking pair of drawers for 17 years of your life, like, they give you 3 pair of drawers when you walk in, and it's either you buy some off a canteen or you take and make you a bitch and get you some new ones when they come in. If you can get somebody to trade you a pair of old boxes, like, I was a cold nigga, like, you know, man, you'd rather take my boxes than to take his boxes, nigga, because his boxes probably been around 15 years. Mine, hey, I got these fresh, they got a light, man. Like, you know, a lot of people don't understand. Like, when I went to prison, man, because I was so well off, my family took care of me, they looked out on me, and they made sure I was straight, that I've never ate the prison food. Like I've always had enough money on my canteen to create my own meals every day. And everybody that was in my circle around me ate good every day. And niggas can tell you that. Like anybody that ever been incarcerated around me knows that Snag had 3 stores, 2 locker boxes full of shit. Goddamn, we had feces, spreads, and that shit that motherfucker couldn't even imagine. I done got pizza in the motherfucker, KFC chicken. Like, nigga, I done bust some major moves in that motherfucker. And I smoked Newports when I was in prison. I don't know about the rest of you broke motherfuckers, but I smoked Newports. The same cigarette. I was paying $10 way back then for a pack of goddamn cigarettes now. So I'm a real brother to struggle, man. And I know I ain't got that much longer, man. You know, our generation is dying off. I know I ain't got a good 15 more summers left. Shit, I'll be 45 this year, so this year gonna be a good year. It's one of those years you really count. You know, 45 and 50, you supposed to be like, yeah, I made it, nigga. I made it. But if the government or people don't kill me before then, man, you know, I don't know about the rest of y'all niggas, man, but where I was taught and the way I was taught, by who I was taught, I was just taught to be a stronger man. And I believe if we was living in slavery days and times, I'll be a rebellious slave, man. I'll be like this outlaw. I'll be running around shooting and killing white folks and taking their shit. I'll be, boy, I know. Boy, I'll tell you. That's why they killed some of the people that were related to me, like Nat King Cole. That was one of my uncles. Like, yeah, one that killed all the white people. Nat King Cole, yeah. Something like that. Anyway, I'm gonna let y'all go. That HIV relentless. Yeah, they put that in the community. They did a whole bunch of things to us, man. DNA has to do with a lot of chromosomes. DNA. Do you know about chromosomes? So she don't know about chromosomes. But it's a lot of things that I really, and I'm glad that A1 took out the time. I pray, you know, he ain't really producing because they was taking over my show and I was trying in the background. I'm like, hey, producer, mute those 2 people. And he never muted them motherfuckers. Like, I was like, damn, my producer must be asleep right now. This nigga was asleep on the show. He probably done took a nap, went and got some pizza and everything and just left us live on the damn stream. But I'm glad he gave me an opportunity because, you know, a lot of people don't have an opportunity, but this was a written script. Well, for the most part, in the beginning, the intro was, and then, you know, we had to improv the rest. But shit, I just want to ask y'all this question, man. A lot of people don't understand. Where the Negroes at? Negroes of America. Is everyone who's black in America a Negro? Hell no. What is an African American? What is America's old sayings? What's America's oldest sayings, y'all? Let time go by. Them niggas will forget about it. That's what they doing. They hit us with that same philosophy every time. Remember when Black Lives Matter movement was a proper aneurysm that was rolling, everybody talking about Black Lives Matter. I was telling y'all then, Black lives do not matter, nigga. The fuck? That's all y'all want? Matter? What the fuck? No. We want fucking citizenship. We want to be recognized. We want our motherfucking ancestors' motherfucking reparations, bitch. We want our own land. We want to build our own shit. Like if you believe what I believe in, we will have, it'll be some cities start popping up in the next 10 years, 5 years in America that'll be really known with the black, with the we gotta create our own flag. We gotta represent ourselves. We need that real black power that represent ourselves in the US government. We ain't got nobody to represent us. Like all those black people, even that so-called wannabe fake ass, one of my homegirls from Compton. I went to school with Kamala Harris. Yeah, we went to Roosevelt Elementary. She from Compton, nigga. Like y'all don't believe me? Ask the motherfuckers who went to school with Kamala Harris. She started out in Compton, Roosevelt back in the days. That was like a privilege school for the rich black kids in Compton. Like when it first started out, and you know when the CIA put the drugs and the cocaine and the PCP in the neighborhood and started creating trying to destroy the minds of the young black youth. They fucked up a lot of those brothers, man. A lot of those brothers didn't dare to tell the story. A lot of those brothers got locked up. A lot of them got addicted on drugs. A lot of them got fucked up when they got in the system, man, because the system is fucked up. They incarcerated a lot of these brothers, man, and a lot of these brothers never come back home with their right mind, or they never come back. They never come out the same way that they went in, because in the process of them being inside, they have been fucked up, man. You know, they get fucked up, you know. Now I say fucked up several ways, man. Like fucked up. Like it's 3 ways to get fucked up in prison, man, where you'll come out with a twisted mind, man. The first way is to get fucked. Like you get fucked, you'll never, you know, and you was a masculine man and the motherfucker just took your shit. Like you'll really be feeling kind of fucked up when you get out of prison. You'll never be the same person again, right? Then if you a motherfucking how do you say this? If you one of them chosen men, you know what I mean? It's a way you can go to prison, man. You'll come out, and you know it's a way that, you know, the chosen men is the men of intelligence, right? And they walk up to you when you first get into prison, and they ask you this question: are you depressed? Are you sad about your situation that you're incarcerated? How many years you say you got? Oh, you got 15 years. Are you do you feel depressed about that? Do you think you want to talk to a you know, not a psychiatrist, but a psychologist? We have a, you know, just they want to just tell you about your, see how you feel. And first thing you do, you get a recommendation from the psychologist to go see the psychiatrist, and the psychiatrist put you on some medical med, on some pharmaceutical medic. So yeah, then they got the brothers in there taking medicine. They classify them as crazy. You know, once you classify as crazy as any man in America, I don't care if you're black, white, crazy, Asian, Chinese, Mexican, that is below the minority standard. That's below minority. That's like you do not and cannot make no decisions for yourself. If you got a mental problem, and you got all these people running around here talking about I'm bipolar, I'm crying, I'm depressed. You niggas just steady falling into the goddamn media perception, exactly what they want you to do. Yeah, call this number. We need help. We got mental helpers that's waiting on the hotline right here to help your ass. Every black person in America, let something real fucked up happen to you, and you don't think that everything you do in this America won't be used against you in a court of law if your ass ever did commit a goddamn crime. I had a brother, man, that did some shit like that one time, right? And these motherfuckers went all the way back to his psychological profile when he was a kid and said, no, y'all, this motherfucker, he did the same shit similar when he was like 12 years old. Like, for real. Shot his daddy, like his stepdaddy, like 20 times. Like, for real. Y'all don't know nothing about them type of story. Hey, Kim, how you been? How you doing? All right, man, I'm just, you know, y'all done caught the tail end of my show. We live on YouTube. Yeah, this is the Mr. SnaggaPuss Ain't Shit podcast and live YouTube show live right now. And I ain't shit, just like, you know, the rest of you people ain't shit right now. But one day, if one of these Jewish people see my page, see, Jews is the silent investors in everything in America, man. The Jews is the one that's funding that war over there in Ukraine right now. Yeah, they over there. Boy, that was a magic trick to get all the rest of their people over here, their grandparents and descendants. And once they get over here, you ain't gonna know the difference between if that's a white man from Virginia or a Jew from goddamn Ukraine. You ain't gonna be able to tell them niggas. All white people look the same. Am I tripping? Then they say all niggas look the same, but when we say all white people look the same, we really can identify that all white people look the same. Some of them look a little different. Some of them look like they really from beyond this world, like they ain't from this world. Like they got this one lady on Fox 11 in California, Los Angeles, and this is crazy shit. This is one of the ugliest white ladies I ever seen in my life, and she looked like she got a little spark DNA in her. You know, Spark, that motherfucker that was on Star Trek with that forehead with the wrinkles in it, but she got this big ass dent right here in the middle of her forehead to make her, and it was another, it wasn't Spark, it was one of them motherfuckers on Star Trek, but he had this thing in his forehead that just went like this, and this white lady looked just like that shit. Like she looked like some shit off of Elk from damn Star Wars. I don't know what the fuck she looked like. She fucked up, but she don't look human. But they got this bitch on TV. Y'all can say it look like it's either she was in a car wreck and her head hit that goddamn steering wheel so goddamn hard that it just put a flat ass dent mark in her forehead that just stood out for the rest of her life. Or that lady's she's possessed. She got some reptilian in her or something. She got the alien, whatever the fuck she got up under that, you know, because the reptilians they got like the avatar skin. It's human. They get a human body, but you know, and they don't know that they reptilians because they was born that way, and their reptilia is growing inside of the body, and their parents don't tell them the secret, or their grandparents or whoever the original reptilia, if they didn't share the real family secret with those, they don't know who they are. So there's a lot of reptilians out here that don't know who they are, and if they ain't really connected to the reptilians of the hierarchy that y'all don't know nothing about reptilians. So I ain't going to talk about that type of shit right now. But I got a lot of videos on YouTube, and I already know that half of these people don't know where the fuck they came from. They think they human beings, but they ain't. And you know, and if I get to talking that the world is flat and not round, y'all would think that I'm lying to y'all. So I don't want to talk about, you know, the underground water cities they got. You know, people don't believe in the real mermaids. You know, mermaids are real. I haven't really met a real mermaid, so, or seen one. Y'all don't understand, man. We all come from somewhere and something and a bunch of things. For most of y'all was DNA collided with all kind of shit. That's why y'all look like what the fuck y'all look like. But I can talk about y'all niggas all day and y'all still wouldn't understand. All right, my name is Mr. SnaggaPuss, and I'm gonna let y'all go. I think this class is over with. But they say once you get to throwing some reptilian conversation in there and get to talking about some of these people born from the Mercury Sun Belt. Oh wow. Yeah, but we're gonna get back to this topic next week. We'll be back next Sunday. We're gonna do the same. It's gonna be the same subject, same topics. Hopefully this time, after this dwell on y'all for a little while, I can get a couple of intelligent brothers and sisters to come in that really want to take that first step and start the Negro community, the first Negroes of America community, where we can start to build. And this is one chapter. This is the Los Angeles. This is the California chapter. And in every county, every state, we can find somebody to represent it and see how many Negroes that identify themselves as Negroes. And the whole purpose of this is to get what's rightfully owed to us from the U.S. government of reparations. And we have to identify ourselves. We have to identify ourselves, then we have to separate the identifications. And by the identifications, the way it's separated, then they get a certain percentage, but the ones who truly supposed to get fully compensated is the descendants of those Negroes from the 60s, 70s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, baby, if they still exist. And a lot of those, that's what they're doing. They're trying to let time go by so those generations can die off, or the people, because see, if you give half of them a little something that ain't never had shit, that's why in my life, I always realized that the average black man don't start to have nothing in life until he's in his mid-40s. Then when he started to live life a little bit, mid-50s, his ass fall out and die. Like, and it is what it is. It was designed that way. And they ain't letting everybody make it. Just a couple of few dummies. You know, the niggas who will listen, pay attention, won't say shit. Let us do what the fuck we do. And you do what you do. That's what I'm trying to let y'all do. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get our own shit. So we can go over here and do what the fuck we do. We'll build our own shit. And you can go over there and do what your shit. Fuck your table. We'll build our own. Like, that's the fuck y'all don't realize. Like, if I can get y'all on that one concept thought, fuck y'all table. We'll come over here and build our own. We'll build our own. And then we'll send a motherfucker to represent us at y'all table that y'all sit on. And y'all ain't got no choice but to accept our demands, because we ain't accepting nothing less. And the people done spoken. When we represented ourselves like that, then America, if they truly say they are the good people that they are, and that they really care about the African Americans, then it wouldn't be no problem to compensate them, truly compensate them for the reparations that generations and generations of Negro African Americans has been persecuted. If you can't fuck what your ancestors did, fuck all that. We still connected. And half of the politicians that's been in office, if they've been in office for more than 20 years, they are a major key factor of the last raft of genocide was the cocaine epidemic. And that took us out. That destroyed all of us in the media and distracted us. We didn't know what the fuck else was going to hit after the cocaine epidemic. And they didn't need nothing else. The job was pretty much done after the cocaine wiped these niggas out, and they still believe in it. It's just like the shit that they doing to us right now to this day. They let time go by, stop talking about this. Let time go by, start talking about that. Then they try to bring the fear factor up, start talking about this again. Like, you got to pay attention. And those are the only ones that want to distract you, is the ones who don't want you to know what's really going on. So you can't live comfortable beside them like that. But then it's always the one or two niggas like that slip through the cracks and get a couple dollars and move right next to their ass and give them exactly what God told them they ass deserved. That's karma. When you get a black man, like if I get I swear, if I was to get rich right now, man, or my career in comedy just took off, like, you know, I ain't gonna lie, I go buy some houses in some of the most prestigious places and go get some of the most bummiest niggas in the world and let them live there. Like, it ain't bringing their property value down. It's really bringing a person value down to realize you are just like your neighbors. And, you know, and some of them, it'd be like it'd be like a psychological test to test the rich or test the people who think they bougie, to once they realize that they got a bunch of homeless people living right next door to them, how they gonna react to that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would do. I ain't lying. I would build all kind of goddamn apartment buildings and goddamn buyout houses and just give it to my people, man, and let my people live. And we all, you know, play a part in the establishment of, you know, of the Negroes of America. I just, you know, I've been trying to talk about this shit for a long time, man, but to really just make it all make sense, man, it's kind of hard to get brothers aboard, or everybody's always divided on what they think or what their perception of what a Negro is. You know, a lot of them feel like, oh, I deserve my family. We all, but if the real, and it ain't that many generations of us left, it ain't that many of us. And if they just sent Ukraine $14 trillion, they just did a 14. They could have gave us our money and then some. We don't want it. You ain't even got to give us no land. Just give us our money and reasonable compensation for them, like an equivalent to today's form. Like, you know how much we really owe them. Like, and all we want is just a little piece for our own, and we can create our own communities. And, you know, eventually, if it's real attracting to black people or people of color, they will come and catch on and be like, you know what? There's not a city in America that the black men live in that wasn't already live in and controlled by white men that the black man didn't build. See, you got to understand, this is the white man philosophy for years. They used to put all the niggas on the outskirts of the city. Y'all niggas ain't allowed into our new buildings and what we got going on right now. And they let like 10, 15 years go by, say after the white folks and the rich people get all what they can out of it, done went in there and enjoyed it themselves and had a couple of venues and did their own shit. Then they say, you know what now, come on, Bob, we can let the niggas in now. We just let them make a little money off. Let them, and then once the niggas coming in, it never fail. Niggas some kind of way break barriers that they don't supposed to break. And then they start moving into communities that they really didn't want them in, but they allowed them in over here. But then it was this one nigga got rich off the rest of these niggas. He's like, man, I'm going to the White Hills. And he moved on the other side. And once the niggas show up, the white folks get to scattering. So in the South, they used to have all the black people in the country parts, and all the white people lived within the inner city. And they came up, you know, in the early, you know, late 70s, early 80s, they came up with a plan. We're gonna move all the niggas into the inner city, and we're gonna go out and we're gonna take that land and we're gonna build up some nice, some rich, what they call it, some estates too. You know, it really wasn't what y'all thought it was. You think a lot of country land was all plantations, but no, that's what the black people was always in the swamp lands and in the land that people really didn't have value for. It was undeveloped or it was fucked up. And they gave a lot of black people, you know, during the emancipation and propagation process or whatever the fuck, however you pronounce that shit, a lot of land. Like my grandparents got some land. And they inherited, you know, they passed that shit. And then, you know, I ended up losing one of the houses when I was 18. Somebody went in there and set one of the houses on fire from the sun up to from the front door to the back. But there's a lot of us, man, that don't understand our history. They ain't never meet their grandparents, never met their great-grandparents, their great-great-grandparents, and for them to be true descendants of Negro descent. And that's, you know, and I ain't mad at it. It's a lot of people been living in America all their life, but they not Negroes. And it is what it is. And just because you experience what was put on us, because you come your ass over here and they thought one of y'all was one of us and they did y'all like that, they don't owe y'all shit. It's the ones that, you know, it's the generations that really bled this shit. And I'm talking about from the South. You know, it was niggas in the North.
You know what really grinds my gears?
What?
You know what really grinds my gears?
See, they don't tell y'all this, but it was niggas in the East, it was niggas in the West, it was niggas in the East up coast. Them niggas up north, they was free. They ain't never experienced the slave, the South. The only people that's really truly owe reparations It's them niggas. The descendants of slavery. Not the niggas that made it away, the niggas that was born with a free slate and had chance and opportunity and they never do shit with it. Hell,
You know
you
what really
motherfuckers born in
grinds
New
my
York, you
gears?
motherfuckers born in Chicago, you motherfuckers born in all these states that was free, but you niggas couldn't do shit with y'all freedom. I'm talking about the black people that truly owe it. It ain't that many of us left, so we can rightfully get what's ours if we can get enough of us in one room and first identify ourselves as the Negroes of America. All right, man. I think I done preached this shit as long as I can say it. I know Negroes, niggas. These niggas ain't gonna listen. I don't give a fuck how you try to preach. You know what I'm talking about? But go look up your history book. Go watch the movies. Free State of Jones County. We off? Or we finna go off? Okay, y'all read this Bible scripture. Delay is not denial. Ways to not get pregnant. The number one way to get rid of a baby, abortion. Y'all, that Plan B pill is really working, y'all. I don't know about y'all, but I buy about a 6-pack. Any woman want to go have some fun? You want to wake up with no regrets? Just take this pill right before we have some fun. You ain't got to worry about it in the morning when you wake up. All right, that's about my time, y'all. Y'all like my background? You see my nice little house? Hey, man, you still there? Fact check, you woke yet?
Man, fact check been gone, man.
No, I mean A1, bro. I'm talking about you. I man, I'm talking about fact. I was talking about you, nigga. I know you was still there. A1, the producer. I want y'all to give a big shout out to A1, man. This brother been supporting me for years now. I've been around with A1 for like 7 years. I got more faith in him than he have in himself, but I know this brother support me, man, because he give me a chance to him fuck with nobody else like that. So y'all like my show, man. I'm trying to get this following subscription up. I hope I can get at least 1,000 Negroes on my page, and we can start this movement, and then we can demand what's rightfully, ours to our U.S. government. And if nothing else, we get 100,000 Negroes. We can just go buy our own land. We get what's ours, put a couple dollars together, go buy our own land, and we can do our own shit. Like, I believe we're supposed to have our own colleges, our own grocery stores, our own car production companies. Like, we got the power to do our own shit, but everybody's too scared to come together. Everybody want to be the boss. Everybody want to be the one making most money. Like, but don't nobody want to work hard to build this shit and understand that it's got to be for a bigger vision. And it's not for us. It's for our generation, where our next generation don't have to be so dependent on the government like we've been on all our goddamn lives. And that's what a lot of people just don't see, man. Like, I feel so bad for the people who cannot survive on their own. Like, I ain't surviving. I don't need nobody. Fuck them. And if the government did decide to lock me up and send me to the feds and throw away the key, honestly, financially, that'll set me free, nigga. I don't have to pay bills no more. I will be that nigga that go in there and take them 3 meals in a cop and go to sleep on their ass. And I get in there and get to writing them females and working out. I'll be the sexiest nigga on the penitentiary profile. And them bitches, I made my pen bleed. I was getting 4-5 Christmas packages every Christmas. And nigga, I had so many bitches just wanted me to sign my boxes and send them out in the mail. Like, bitch, just send us a piece of your boxes, Snag. Like,
hey, man. Hey, this the background you need to use, man. This background right
here. You like this?
Yeah, you need to use this background right there.
Right. Yeah, this is enriched.
Yeah. Hey, man, you've been on here for 2 hours and 16 minutes.
I thank you, man. All right, man. We done gave him a motion picture. Maybe somebody would catch on to the Negroes of America. And y'all do me a favor if you like what we're talking about. If you really want to have a real in-depth, I really want to try to find the right group of people, about 4 or 5 people we can pull together on the next show and really have an in-depth, intelligent conversation about this subject, this matter. I'm finna drill this matter, man, until the day I die. I don't know how y'all feel about it, But the next 5 or 6 shows the topic is gonna be Negroes of America. Where they at? What the fuck is going on? What happened to that race of people? They done died off because they don't exist no more. Nobody on the news call us Negroes no more. Like that name, I ain't heard our name called out in so long. I don't know what it feels like. So we gotta be dead. Like I think I'm the last living Negro alive. Like so, therefore, I'm the king of the Negroes. And if there's any Negroes still living, if any Negroes feel like y'all can come together and let me march y'all to the Washington Capitol building, and we gonna get results that day. We ain't gonna sit there and have you seen all these niggas, Farrakhan, goddamn, all these motherfuckers done marched to the mountain. Martin Luther Janky King ass done went up there to the goddamn Washington, tricked all these niggas to go up to the Washington courthouses, and they ain't never got no type of shit. But I promise you, if I get 1 million Negroes to come with me to Washington, we're not leaving that bitch until we got our reparations, our check in our hand. I'm not talking that shit like Martin Luther King. No, we just not gonna leave. We got 1 million niggas in Washington. Just sit your ass down. And I'm gonna show you how these motherfuckers is gonna pay us some attention, pay us, and tell us to go on about our motherfucking business. Long as they got satellites in the sky, they know what the fuck we doing. And we ain't trying to call nobody no home.
Hey, Snag. Hey, man. Yeah. You know I went to sleep for about 45 minutes, man.
Man, you know, on this topic right here, man, this subject is so deep to me in my passion of life, man. Yeah. I believe what God put me here for, to bring the dying Negroes. I'm the last king of the dying Negroes. And you know, the Negroes is the Jews, so I'm the king of the Jews.
Okay.
Shit. You know, and you know, I know a lot of black people ain't gonna believe in me. None of the Jewish people believe in Jesus. But if you believe in me, believe that what I'm talking about, if y'all work with me, I can get us our own land, I can get our own money, we have our own bank, we have our own McDonald's. And if y'all motherfuckers want a McDonald's, we'll build one. But I believe SnaggaPuss with real beef, real no processed food will be at none of our stores in our goddamn community, in our town. Well, we gonna do the same thing them white folks did in Jones County, Mississippi. we gonna demand the government to give us a state inside of a state, in every fucking state, and that's how we gonna get our 40 acres in a mule. If we had 40-acre state in every state in America, where these 40 acres are every black, all you niggas ain't gonna occupy all 40 acres. God damn it, you go build you like for real. That's government, you know, making up for their fucking wrongs. They gave it to the Jewish people. They're giving it to the Armenians right now. You know how many Armenians they have already slipped into this goddamn country? How many goddamn Russians that's breaking off from the Russian? They trying to eliminate Russia right now. Because Russia, one of them motherfuckers like goddamn Vladimir Putin. Y'all don't understand the conflict of that damn war, right? Vladimir Putin knows that Vladimir, like he got the gay version of Vladimir of Putin, right? And then he's like the superstar Nas X of the Ukraine. Y'all seen that video this nigga did? He had on goddamn speedos and he was doing twerking on. He wasn't twerking on the devil. He was twerking on 3 men playing one piano. Y'all seen that shit? And that shit right there is not cool. You let Nas X start running for public office and see if I don't run up in that. Somebody got to take one for the team. It's going to be one nigga like me to say, you know what? This is it, man. This is it. I swear to God, I ain't going to let this shit go down no more. And somebody going to run up on that bitch before a motherfucker get a chance to get slapped their ass off. And they going to slap that motherfucker all the way to the depths of hell where the fuck they deserve to be at. Because all them niggas that's promoting that homosexual activity, you are homosexual, you gay, you know, I'm sorry to say, you just got an evil spirit, you know, seated inside of you, and you need hands. You need, you know, real spiritual Negroes to put their hands on you and pray, and that spirit to be cast out. I believe that it can be cast out, and you can start looking at women in a whole nother vision again, man. Like, you fucking up, man. You trying to destroy the black man race for the white man becoming gay. Like, that's what they want you to do. Psychologically, that's why they putting the damn shit in the water. They putting gay genes in the water for black men, not you white motherfuckers. Y'all motherfuckers go both ways. You fuck your family, your sisters, your daughters, and they goddamn kids. Like, you don't give a fuck, but I'm talking about black men, the last descendant Negroes. Like, I swear, man, if I can really just get some of you Negroes, Malcolm Farrakhan, not Malcolm X, but Farrakhan. Which one of these niggas? Goddamn Jesse Jackson. Goddamn. What's his name? Al Sharpton. I dare Al Sharpton to get on one of my shows. I'll break that fake ass nigga loose. And I don't know who y'all leaders is and who declared that they was our leaders. Like, but these were some of the same pimps and prostitutes, some of the same tricks and pimps that rolled these really trick ass niggas that was rolling beside pimps that just had a little money, and the pimps knew that they let them roll in and they financially bag them up. No matter where they go, they always have a little money. See, all them preachers and pimps like Martin Luther King and shit. See, that's why not one Republican signed off on Martin Luther King National Day to be a holiday. Because they know that whole shit with the Democrats using Martin Luther King, and then and the Republicans, they slick about, they sent him a paper of truth, and he started to see what they was all about, and then he started speaking truth, and then the Democrats ran down and killed that man, and now y'all following him think that Martin Luther King Jr. is the dream. That I Have a Dream was not the name of that speech when that man wrote that shit, and he wrote it. Then he sent it to the government. Then the government sent it back to him and approved it and said, it's okay for you to say this tonight, Martin Luther King. So if you niggas don't know the real truth about life and what the fuck is going on here in America, you wasn't born in this shit. You ain't never. I didn't mean to get pulled in and pulled out and shook up and say, God just said, now, do you understand, my nigga? Like, yeah, God, I see it. I know. I gotta save these niggas. I gotta save you niggas because you niggas don't know no better. So eventually, you know, it's gonna be that Jewish young. It's gonna be the young generation Jews like, Dad, I know you don't like him because he done said some fucked up shit about our people. He said, fuck the Holocaust. All them motherfuckers is the same. They all was Hitler people that turned on Hitler. Like, they know I know the truth. But I see that what y'all doing right now is exposing the truth.
And hey man, we've been going strong 2.5 hours, brother. Let's close this out.
So this is gonna be the end. The class is over, y'all. I'm just speaking for the Negroes of America. I'm trying to find all my Negro people. I'm trying to connect with y'all Negroes. I'm trying to bless y'all. If y'all love me, go tell every Negro that you know to go to my YouTube channel and subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to build up my subscription so we can go live on YouTube more, and I can get to the point where I can get me some super chats, and I can start getting these investments for, you know, people that like me. If you want to see what I'm really about, why don't you invest into me? Go to what's that? Instagram, the $ for Mr. SnaggaPuss, and just put Mr. SnaggaPuss, not Snaggle with an EL. I'm not a cartoon character. That's an A. SNAGGAPUSS. That's a figure of speech. God damn it, a way of life. This is a real live statement. My name is Mr. SnaggaPuss. Thank you. We hope y'all have a blessed night. Class is over with. And if any Negroes that know of any Negroes, or if you think you know of a Negro, tap that Negro on the shoulder and say, hey man, it's a show on YouTube called Negroes. That's all it is. But it said at the bottom, Negroes of America. Where are they? I believe you're a Negro and you need to go to that show, sign up for the cause and say, I want to join, I want to sign up as a Negro so we can get our Negroes together. And I believe I can get 100,000 signatures or 100,000 black men to say, you know what? I ain't going to Washington with 1 million niggas. All I need is 100,000. And I guarantee you, with 100,000 black men, we can get reparations that's owed to the Negro of America. Like, fuck them other niggas. Like, we getting what's rightfully ours. And we coming with the facts and all that shit. Jay Morrison, goddamn, Derek Brox, goddamn. It's a lot of people that claim that they making all these moves trying to help their people, but I only see self-gain for themselves and their family. They not helping no motherfucking body. Walking around wasting their money on gold chains and goddamn bullshit things and ain't doing shit for their own people, man. But steady trying to trick them to come onto their goddamn page and spend $10, $5, buy a game system. This is the intelligent system that's gonna teach you how to for you to be good. Y'all niggas better wake up, man. And we got to come together and do something for our own people, man, for our own goddamn self. And we got to start with Snag, the king of the motherfucking Negroes, nigga. And if you don't like me being the king of your Negro ass, so be it, nigga. Then try to you come up with your own movement. But I'm moving this shit along, man, and I'm moving on. We're gonna take this agenda to the next level, and we're gonna have a representative representing Negroes of America in our U.S. government. In every state, we're gonna have a goddamn, just like they got a senator, we're gonna send a senator, a representative for the Negro nations of America to our U.S. government. So we're gonna tip their balance. Because some of our Negroes might be Republican, some of our Negroes might be independent, some of our Negroes might be Democrat. We don't give a fuck. We want to tip y'all whole fucking basket. But if we in that motherfucker as a fucking even playing field with people representing us, making decisions for us in America, then we know we Negroes is taking care of them. But until y'all get to that point, y'all ain't talking about shit, because SnaggaPuss know how to take care of his own. SnaggaPuss been living good on his own. And I served half of my life in prison, and y'all niggas been out here all this time, nigga, and still ain't got shit. So give it up to the king of the Jews, the king, not the Jews. I'm the king of the Negroes, Mr. SnaggaPuss. You know, a lot of niggas ain't gonna like this shit, but man, hurry up and post this shit to YouTube, man, and see if I can get some real Negroes on my liking page and say, man, with this brother right here on something, man, let's come together with him and see if we can really do some intelligent, positive shit and start taking back our shit. We ain't gotta take back our shit. We can buy our own shit. If I can get enough niggas in one group together, they ain't even gotta give us 40 acres in the mule. Nigga, we go buy our own. We go buy our own, man. Fuck it. I know some ways to make some money, man. And all we gotta do is just put all our resources, all our talents together in one motherfucking spot and motherfucking do it for ourselves. And I know all kind of little hustles. We can get annexed, get our own piece of property. We can get the state to recognize us as a goddamn state. And we can get our own police station. We can have our own sheriff department. We can have our own army. I'm talking about doing some real nigga shit. Like off some real Negroes of America shit. Have our own army, our own representatives in the government, our own motherfucking bank, our own shit, Negroes. Let's really preach. And then we had a whole city talking about, look what the Negroes did. I guarantee you our city will be golden before theirs. I guarantee you ours will be golden before theirs. I guarantee you we'll have the first golden road in America. Give some Negroes something and let us show you how to really do this shit. And then, you know, like I said, once we paint that path of example, we can get them niggas to come on and follow suit. Fuck them. I know how to demand this shit and get this shit from the government, because I've been waiting on mine all my life. I don't know about the rest of y'all. I really been beat in the back with whips and goddamn had chains on my ankle and spit on, nigga, and told me, nigga, you better work. You better get your ass out there and work in that field, boy. Like, if you ain't been told them type of words before, you don't deserve no goddamn reparations, nigga.
Hey, man, you're right. Come on, man. Come on, close this out, man. All right, close the show.
All right, this is it, man. God bless y'all. The class is over with. And y'all follow, like, tell a friend, subscribe to Mr. SnaggaPuss Comedy on all platforms. That's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. I'm on Tag. I'm on blackpeoplemeet.com. I'm on MySpace. On all social media platforms, Mr. SnaggaPuss, just like that, is in existence. Adios. God bless y'all. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. We are live on Facebook. Y'all just got a whip on my show. If you don't like it, I don't give a fuck. Do yourself a favor and me. Please unfollow me.
You know what really grinds my gears?